In the NFL at Dallas Cowboys training camp, Brian Schottenheimer, head coach up there in Oxnard, told the press yesterday that the left tackle competition is already over. Tyler Guyton has taken the starting spot over Nate Thomas. We'll see what that means soon enough. In other Cowboys news, tight end Princeton Font suffered an ACL and partial MCL. He's out for the foreseeable futures. Doctors are hopeful and optimistic he's going to make a full recovery. In Major League Baseball, it's better to be lucky than good. The Texas Rangers busted that 6-game losing streak 5-4 as Ezekiel Duran drove in 4 runs, the last of which was a ground rule double, ending the game. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, this is the AJ and Rob Show with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yes, sir. Gotta attack the day. It's the AJ and Rob Show. Welcome to Wednesday. Yes, I'm Rob. And if you're watching us live on the YouTube feed, Good Morning Brigade Bar, you'll notice that there's nobody sitting to the right of me, left to you. AJ out today. Got the text about, the text arrived at my casa about 2:30. Said he's blowing chunks and didn't know why.
I didn't get any text.
Well, we like to leave you hanging on the edge there, Edwin. I don't know. I didn't actually check the, I assume he just grabbed the group one that came first, and that would probably just to be me, him, and Greg, our suit. So, no, he's out today. Just me. We're going to muddle through. I had an old friend. You remember, anybody who's been listening to this station over a period of time might remember an old guy that sat here in the middays, Ari Timken. Used to sit with David Chancellor. And, you know, old-time radio dudes used to open up a show. He still does with a saying, with a thing that was kind of their hook. And Ari has always used one that I like. I actually live by the mantra. At my most basic core, I believe I'm a stoic. You can Google that if you want to. But he's always said, and this is a stoic mantra, happiness is a choice. So some days you just got to decide, happy. I'm going to be happy, damn it, no matter what. But some days you wake up and you get that first kick in the nuts within 15 minutes. And, you know, this is going to be a tough one. Today, I'm going to have to climb the mountain all day long, and I'm going to have to carry some rocks up the hill to just get there. It's not going to be an easy ply. So Edwin and I are climbing that mountain, carrying that rock.
Mount Everest.
Yeah, heading up to the top. And we're going to need y'all's help to push us forward. It's going to be a fun Wednesday. Actually, if AJ was going to miss, and as far as, a job or work divided, work shared is work halved kind of stuff, we got guests coming today. In the 9 o'clock hour, there's a dude that's running around San Antonio socials. His name is Alvin Perry, local stand-up comedian. I first saw some of his stuff start popping up around, it's been a year or so, but he is actually progressing in his stand-up comedy career. I know he's got a show coming up in October, I believe, over at the Woodlawn. I'm going to let him tell you all about it. But if you want to meet and hear from a dude we're just going to hang out with today a little bit after 9 o'clock. We had Alvin already scheduled, so he's going to come in and sit with me today. And he'll be here at the 9 o'clock. So be here for sure at the 9 o'clock. At 8:45, Dr. Jason Garrett will join us as we talk injuries in camp. We've already got a blown MCL in Cowboy camp. Don't worry. Nobody that we were relying on, but Mama and Daddy will worry, and we want to make sure we know all about it. So Dr. Garrett's going to join us at 8:45. We're going to call and wake up Jason Minix at some point in the hour 8 o'clock in his 6 o'clock hour. I'm sure he's stumbling back in from a beachside resort in that fine community known as Oxnard. Get our full Dallas Cowboy update and all of you carrying through. So at 6:04 in the morning, I will tell you, as you should say, as you head into the shower, bleary-eyed and curious, happiness is a choice. Make that decision. I'll steal that from Ari. Hope all's going well for him as well. So what are we talking about today? AP Top 25 did hit the streets yesterday. The usual suspects up there at the top. That's the portent. Oh, no, that's the portent to our real games. We're 23 days away. We got Texas and Ohio State, two top 5 teams, hitting it early. You got the fighting Texas Aggies. I got the thing on my chest just because I'm a little fired up today. taking on those dreaded Missouri State Show-me's. I don't know.
I think they're the Bears, aren't they?
You tell me, man. But I have all due respect. I do suffer from not only battered Aggie syndrome, but fear of App State syndrome. So I hope they're taking all things on there. But we'll talk a fair amount of college football as we get real close, man. 23 days away from.
They are the Bears, by the way.
They are the Bears. Good,
Yeah.
good. But the Aggies take them on. So they've got their own El Guapos and Arizona State. But we'll talk early season games to look forward to. Don't forget, we're your home for college football right here on San Antonio Sports Star. If it's worthy of hearing, we got it for you on our FM and our AM side 1250. All the games that are fit for your ears, we got. We are your home for the Fighting Texas Aggies. In fact, we're working on a deal where we're going to be talking with Coach Elko again, as we did last year. Coach Schottenheimer will be a regular as well. That being said, we had training camp news yesterday. There was a fight. That's really all I can tell you. There's a fight. Day 2 of pads. There's a fight. And by the way, that left tackle problem's already solved. Wow, it only took 2 days to settle things in. The head coach of the Cowboys, we're going to hear from some of his thoughts yesterday in just a few minutes. Named Tyler Guyton the starting left tackle after 1 day in pads. What a miraculous turnaround from this young man. This guy was about to be cut just a couple of days ago, and already the number 1 guy. I found that, some coaches coach with carrots, some with whips, some with everything in between. I think this is a big old carrot for a big old boy. Tyler Guyton, and that former first-round draft pick of the Cowboys, has never really settled in there at left tackle. And maybe there has been a remarkable turnaround. Maybe it just took some seasoning. But we'll get into the fact of how do you handle players that don't live up, and you're just trying to get the best out of them. We heard from Shotty yesterday, and one of the things that I found very interesting was him talking about leadership and who reminds me of him of himself, and also why he hired his new defensive coordinator. And some of the stuff about when Shotty was first hired, the sinners in the room, the ones that saw that this hire as kind of a yes man hire, and I'm not going to count myself above that group. I kind of felt like he was a yes man, a guy who was just waiting for a job, had been assistant for 25 years or however long it had been, was the son of a good friend of the Cowboy family. All those things rolled into, oh no, we got a yes man, a guy that's going to come in and do whatever is asked and do things the Cowboy way, and things will end up the Cowboy way. But one of the benefits of hiring a guy like this is he understands the value of position group coaching, of coordinating those position coaches on either side of the ball, because he did it so long. The process matters to him, and the way that your boss allows you to function inside of your responsibility, you can tell matters to him. He wanted to be able to rely and accept the fact that this dude knows what he's doing, and I don't have to delve in, especially after what he went through last year with his first DC. That just didn't work out. And by the end of the year, they had him sitting up in the booth and standing down on the floor. They didn't know where to put him. It was a mess. And I don't think that he wanted to have anything to have to, lean in on the defense any more than he had to. So he went and found a guy that he described in a way that I think is absolutely appropriate to hiring an assistant head coach, a guy to carry some of the weight. And I can't wait for you to hear how he describes him, because I think when you hear that, you look around your office, you look around the people you're working with or spend your day with, and you're like, what's the best thing about this person? Why do I enjoy being around him so much? And some of it is, well, you're going to hear him say that. So I want you to hear what he had to say. And I think for those Cowboy fans that are exuberant, and I'm not going to lie, I hear Jason and Joe talking about a new and exciting spirit at Cowboy camp. I've kind of heard that before. You can't exist as a Cowboy fan forever, as I have, and not get used to, rainbows and butterflies in Oxnard, California in August, because everything's rosy then. But there is one thing that's kind of the undercurrent here that I do think is different. Now,
so you're drinking the Kool-Aid?
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, not really. But I am saying I'm always, and I'm not there to judge, because the last time I was there was last year. We were saying the same thing, but maybe for kind of different reasons, because last year we were calling it Camp Cupcake. That everybody's just kind of laughing around, having fun, because I felt like Shoddy was trying to get everybody away from not McCarthy's negativism. I don't think that was it, but I just think he was just trying to break the cycle, just to get everything out. Anything that McCarthy was doing that he felt was extraneous was done. So there was some shackles lifted and some dudes that felt like they might have not have been able to express themselves the way they wanted to. They were kind of allowed to do that with Schottenheimer last year. So it felt free and easy. I wouldn't say it felt expectant. It was free and easy and hopeful, but I don't think it felt expectant. And I think from not only from what I hear from Jason and Joe, but what I hear from the guys that I trust, like RJ Ochoa blogging the boys, I trust his eyeballs. I think that he knows, he sees things. There's a couple dudes up in Dallas that are in the Cowboys circle that I trust what they say, and I think there's this level of something that does kind of make things different. So on the other side, we're going to have some Dallas Cowboy chuckles for you. We're going to talk Cowboys. You're going to hear from Shoddy, and we're going to figure out why there's this subcurrent there. I have a promise for you. These things have been sitting on my desk for a week. I have gift cards to Starbucks, and I'll make a promise to you. I actually have two of them, and I'm not afraid to get in trouble, because what the hell are they going to do? And as a sidebar, I'm a man facing a rough tomorrow. I have really very few cares, because tomorrow at this time I will be checking in for my colonoscopy, my 10-year gift to myself. So today, as we sit, I'm already on the all-liquid diet. Now, luckily, I have not started the prep program, which I don't start until 5. But until then, I just am on fluids. So I'm on shaky ground, and I could get grumpy. So for Edwin's sake, I'm going to need you guys involved. So Brigade Bar, good morning to you all. I'll do my best to correspond with you as we go through here, but I'm terrible at multitasking. So if you want to talk and you want free coffee, I'm talking about a gift card that has more than enough to get a couple of ventis. I got 2 of them, actually, and I'm not afraid to give away both of them, because that's, been here a minute. So we've got guests. I got Alvin Perry at 9. We got Jason Garrett at 8:45. We got Jason Minnick somewhere in the 8, I think. We'll try to give him some sleep. And also free coffee to those that in some way today help us get this show to the finish line. Because I'm doing it on chicken broth and Jell-O, brother. And I haven't even started that yet, so I don't want to get fussy. Hey, we're glad you're with us this morning. Make sure you're following us on all the socials. If you see anything we do, make sure you hit the like button. We get graded on that stuff. By the way, before we head out on this break, I would like for my faithful producer, helper, good friend to introduce Edwin Hefner on the stick today. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
All right. You know what I would allow you to do right now as a faithful helper and today co-host? I want you to take us to break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
From 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The AJ and Rob Show. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working this trouble spot on the northeast side at 35 Frontage Road, northbound Vince Engelman to Loop 410. Accident, right lane. 35 northbound Thousand Oaks to Weidner. That road work has the roadway reduced to 1 lane. 35 southbound Church Parkway to FM 1518. 2 right lanes are blocked with an accident. And 35 southbound 1604 Pat Booker Road, roadway reduced to 1 lane. It's going to take you about 10 minutes to get through. Stop and go from Schertz Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Star sending our boys to see the boys. Our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California continues all this week. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Waking up to a beautiful view, card games at the breakfast table, and building a campfire with Dad.
All right, hand me that piece of wood. Not that one. I don't like the looks of that. No. No.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation. A heavy foot can cost you a heavy fine or more. Speeding is a factor in 150,000 crashes every year in Texas, so always follow the speed limit. And if there's bad weather or road construction ahead, slow down. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TechStar.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here, and I've got a question for you. What if every month you had access to a different exotic car? Well, that's what Pascucci Prestige membership is all about. Instead of owning one dream car, you get access to an entire collection of incredible vehicles and concierge-level service. It's luxury without the long-term commitment. You know, if you've ever wondered what it's like to live the exotic lifestyle, this is your chance. Pascucci Prestige. Visit PascucciPrestige.com and book your ride today.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Experience the largest gun show in Texas this weekend in Bryan. Texas Gun Shows is open Friday from noon to 7 p.m., Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss Texas Gun Shows at the Legends Event Center in Bryan this Friday through Sunday.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like head administrator for a state-of-the-art surgical center.
What can I do for you, Doc?
We need to talk about the lights.
Ah, the mood lighting, relaxing, right? Much better than those old hospital vibes.
A hospital's supposed to have hospital vibes.
You seem tense. Let's dim the lights a bit.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
AJ Hoffman, Rob Thompson, the AJ.
Yes, sir. It's the AJ and Rob Show. We're so glad you're with us at 6:18 in the blessed AM. 4:18 there in Oxnard, as Jerry calls it. Day 2 of padded practice. A couple things that came out of yesterday's camp that were rather interesting. First, y'all see the video of 88 wearing the bee catcher net.
Catching passes without kind of blocking them.
Yeah, it looked like he was wearing like a beekeeper hat, and I guess it was to impede his vision.
Practicing catching passes in practice.
He was like, in
traffic.
I love. See, last night I saw Hard Knocks, so it gives everybody that watches Hard Knocks, so what being a pro football player is like, right? And whenever you see a receiver standing on the sidelines, you always see them moving their hands, like those dudes that are running that stand at the stoplight and jog in place so they don't lose the rhythm, or trying to keep those footsteps up. Well, wide receivers, they like to stand there and just have their hands moving like they're running, even if they're standing still, so they can catch. Well, he was standing still and running, and he had the fly net on his head, and he is catching like he's going to have to play in a smoky stadium.
Never seen that before.
I'd never seen it, but, and that kind of begged the question, for those that have strived to play strive to do anything at a greater level than other people around you. Those that tried to go be a great athlete, those that tried to be a great musician, whatever instrument they chose to play, whatever your thing is, you tried to be better than people around you. Everybody always had kind of a hack, something they did on their own that this is the thing that's helped me get better. And some of it would be like, I remember when Jerry Rice was the greatest athlete to walk the planet, best football player out there, whatever you want to describe him at that moment in his life. He had the hill. He ran up this mountain in the offseason. And, that was what he told everybody. Dude, the reason I can do what I do is because I run this mountain in the offseason. And then everybody started, well, that's a pretty good life hack. Let's see if we can do that. I tried to play basketball at a different level. And mine was I had trouble with arc, so I would stand real close to a wall and shoot the ball straight up and see if I could get the ball to come straight up and straight down without touching the wall. And I'd put my toes on the wall to see if I could do that. And if I could do it at 20 feet, up and down, I felt like it would help me. Well, the first time I was at a gym and I'm like warming up and my shot doesn't feel right, so I'm standing next to a wall and my coach walked by and like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, Coach, this is my thing. This is what my thing is. This is how I got where I got. Back off. This is it. Like, go grab some wood, bub. Go sit down.
I've seen that before, though. Shooting it against the wall. That is popular.
It took off, but this was 1983.
Yeah. No, but I've said it does help arc and
yeah, well, it did. But
shooting over bigger guys too.
I was right at that moment. Grab some wood, bub. What the hell are you doing? That's stupid. But anyway, yeah, and I kind of felt that way about the net. Hey, if it floats your boat and you feel like it's making you better, go do it. But honestly, you're going to be playing under lights, really bright lights. I don't think unless somewhere in December, January, you find yourself, well, maybe, hopefully, well, no, you're never going to find yourself in Buffalo. I'm just saying. I think it was fun, but I don't know how much it helps. But hey, man, if it floats your boat. Yesterday, Coach Shoddy, in his second padded practice preview, was asked a bunch of questions about his players and how things were progressing, and it kind of got the questions in pre-practice kind of started getting to how's this camp going to work, the way the coaching is, the position groups, and things like that. And then it started getting into his new defensive coordinator. Now, we still call him Christian Parker, but those that know, those that are inside the circle, and I think Jason and Joe are almost there. I think they'll be inside the circle today. He's CP. So when you hear CP, that's Shoddy talking about him. So this is Coach Shoddy talking about his brand new defensive coordinator. Let's play Shoddy 2.
Well, he's a great teacher, one. I think I've been very open about that. He simplifies it into a good way. He's excellent with fundamentals and techniques. But that's the way I used to coach quarterbacks. I wanted to be hands-on and receivers be hands-on and demonstrate. And as I get a little bit older, I get out of that now. I mean, my heart rate gets up a little high now, over 50. But I think he's awesome. But again, I don't want to make this just about CP. Derek Ansley is an elite football coach. We are so fortunate to have him. Ryan Smith, the way that secondary is built with Rob Muschamp being there and DA and Smitty along with CP, we're loaded for bear there, and I think that's important. I really do. I think, in my opinion, what you're seeing now is the evolution of secondary coaches becoming coordinators. Why? If you can't stop big plays and if you can't figure out why the ball is getting thrown over your head for 40 and 50 and 30-yard big plays, you're going to have a long day. And so I think you're seeing the evolution that there's going to be a lot more secondary coaches that are defensive coordinators in the league.
Coach Brian Schottenheimer yesterday talking about his new defensive coordinator, CP. And one of the most important things of anybody who decides to get in and move people, and by the way I say move, to influence them to do a thing that you've been tasked to get done. Whether you're a head football coach or you're a team leader or you're a shift leader, wherever your leadership lies, the most important thing you can do is explain the task at hand as quickly as possible and help everybody to get to that task completion. That's it. At the end of all the stuff, Your job as the leader of 2 people, 1 other person, or a 100-person football team is to, in 30 seconds, explain the task at hand and explain how we're going to get there in 5 different ways so all your different learners can get on the same page as quickly and efficiently as possible. And there's 1 million books that have been written on how you get people to do that. And the most important way is to explain in ways that matter the most important tasks. So you can teach. There's a word that you hear on the upper educational strata: inculcate. Inculcate. You're trying to get them dunked. You're inculcated, baptized, ready to go in as quick a way as possible, the most efficient way possible for each individual person. Whatever the goal is. And Shotty having to do this assistant coaching gig for 20 years. His dad was a head coach. He was an assistant coach at home. He'd been an assistant coach forever. And the process matters to assistant coaches because you got to please your masters, you got to please your suits, and you got to get your guys ready all at the same time. And you got to teach. And the most important thing you can get is a teacher. And it's difficult to teach pros because pros are already got their PhDs. You're teaching PhDs. So there's different ways to go about it. And the great ones sometimes never become head coaches because they're too good at what they're doing. And I think what Shotty saw was a guy a lot like himself that understood the value of teaching. And when you hear a coach say that, then you start to understand how and where he got there. Now, he was asked about leadership and how, guys that he felt like led like him. And I thought his response to this was great as well. This is Shotty 4.
Dak comes to mind, high energy, starts with the positive message, but makes the critical or the criticism real. I think, on defense, Demo has a little bit of that. He's fiery, he got, Hunter pretty good on a shot yesterday late after Hunter kind of got the better part of him. But my whole thing is, Sydney, I want these guys to be themselves. I don't want anybody to try to be like me. I know Dak's not trying to be like me. I'm not trying to be like Dak. But as long as these guys are authentic, that message will come through loud and clear, and the players will follow. What these guys can smell is BS, and if you're not the same guy every day, if you're not leading to your true personality, if you're one way in front of the cameras and you're another way out there in the locker room, these guys will know that, and they won't follow you.
That's Shotty yesterday. Hey, Edwin, I understand we're having video issues on YouTube. Let's check that. Hey, guys, we're checking on all that. Hey, one more thing. We didn't hear the crux of the story on CP. We're going to do that on the other side. But as we head to break and fix the video, guys, it's coming to you. Make sure you guys go to there. It's on our YouTube channel. We're sasportstar.com. This is the AJ and Rob Show. Make sure you're liking. Make sure you're subscribing. When we come back, I want to ask a question about gifts of something that you wouldn't do unless somebody gave it to you free. You want to do it, but I ain't paying for it, at least the first one. Well, I'll tell you what, Zach Brown might have just done it for me. If you went to one of his shows, it's specifically his last one, he might have done something for me that might turn the corner. I'll tell you what that is and answer that question coming up next. This is the AJ and Rob, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The AJ and Rob Show. Be a part of the show. 210-656-3776. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working this trouble spot on the northeast side at 35 Frontage Road, northbound Benz Engelman to Loop 410. Accident, right lane. 35 northbound Thousand Oaks to Weidner. That road work has the roadway reduced to one lane. 35 southbound Church Parkway to FM 1518. 2 right lanes are blocked with an accident. And 35 southbound 1604 Pat Booker Road. Roadway reduced to one lane. It's going to take you about 10 minutes to get through. Stop and go from Schertz Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez. The Texas Chancla has your back.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Why pay full price when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price, starting at $249.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it will be day 3 for the Dallas Cowboys here at training camp to work out in pads.
We don't know which player, but a current Cowboy player will join us around 3:45-ish.
And has the mayor opened her mouth again and said something, well, dumb?
Probably. We'll have the latest on The Blitz starting at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yippee-ki-yay! Ezra on the other side of the double pane, whopping and a whooping. It's Wednesday, it's AJ and Rob. I'm sitting by myself. Notice pull it back onto the wide shot, you'll see an empty seat below KBB. AJ in the hole. I don't know if Taco Bell is to blame. I got the text arrived at the casa about 2:30. I got it about 5. I just got up and got dressed and came to work and didn't even look at my phone. Pulled into the parking lot and found out that it was just going to be Edwin and I rocking and rolling, heading forward. So get well, AJ. We expect to see you tomorrow. Although I won't be here tomorrow. I got a colonoscopy scheduled tomorrow. So I am on the all-liquid diet. I begin the prep process at 5 o'clock. It's kind of like knowing your time of death. It's kind of like dead man walking. The guard's going to come get you about 5. And I don't even get a last meal. I'm hoping to have some chicken broth later. So you think your day going to be rough? I woke up knowing tomorrow I was going to be a hand puppet for a little bit. And I had to prep for it. And then this came. So sometimes you kind of have to fight through and decide happiness is a choice. That's the stoic way to look at it. We're going to talk about how do you know what's your first thing that happens to you in the morning where you go, uh-oh, this is going to be a long one. This is going to be one of those days I'm going to have to make a choice. I'm going to have to decide to be happy because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to come to me. But first, Zach Brown, I'm a fan of Zach Brown. Zach Brown is, he grooves. I think he can sing. I like the band. He married a Texas girl, right? He married the jewelry girl out of Austin. Well, he just did a 15-show stand up in Boston. And on his last show, he told everybody there on that 15th show, 37,000 people, that everybody there, courtesy of the Jimmy Buffett cruise lines or whatever, got 2 tickets on a cruise. A $40 million thank you. And he was thanking them for the sellout and the music and all the stuff. He gave everybody there 2 cruise tickets. Now, it wasn't Oprah, you get a car. And oh, by the way, you got to come up with the taxes to get this car. But it was free tickets to a cruise. I am not and have never been a cruise guy.
I've never been on a cruise.
And I am not defaming it. I'm not downgrading it. I have plenty of lovely friends that live to cruise. The next one is being planned before they walk off the boat. That it is one of those things that I guess you get into that rhythm and it's easy and it's fun. But it's just, to me, I kind of got to see land. And that's really, at the end of the day, it. Now, we could get into the poop cruises and the crowds by the pool and the exorbitant drink price, whatever the things that I also have seen that are kind of on the positive, negative side. But I've never done it, and nor would I probably pay to do it unless it was, I don't know, to keep up with it, to go with someone else. So I think if I'd have gone to Zach Brown and he gave me 2 tickets, if I got to choose when and where or whatever that cruise might be, I probably would do it. Edwin, is there anything that you won't do until somebody gives it to you free? And 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Now, I do want to tell you that I have these Starbucks gift cards that we're talking a lot. It's nearly half a C. $40 gift cards. I got 2 of them. And if you wanted to call, that'll make yourself available to that. So best call today, at least one of them going to get a coffee card. So I'm just going to say that as an all-day thing. So we'll make sure we remember the better callers, and if you win, we'll make sure we find you. So if you got something to sound off there, 656-3776, let me know. What's the thing you would take for free, but I ain't paying for it? I'll take this thing. I'll take the cruise. I ain't going to pay for the first one. You're going to have to bring me in the door. Edwin, what's yours?
That's tough. This cruise would be up there. There's some horror stories in there.
What if somebody would say, I want to take you hunting, and I'm going to get you the gun. I'm going to take you out to the lease. I'm going to put you up in a blind. I'm going to give you every opportunity with no expenditure at all to be a hunter. Would you do it?
Yeah, I'd try it.
But would you, if you had to pay, would you ever do it?
No, I'm not paying for
it. No, right.
No, I'm not.
But it would. But you would say, you know what?
But I'd tag along on a trip. Yeah.
We'll give you a gun. We'll get your license. We'll give you some training. We'll show you how to be safe, and then go out. I think a lot of people would go, especially those that are kind of on the edge. Kind of like, I don't know if this is something I want to be a part of, and I'm not going to say on one side or the other. I happen to be a hunter and I understand his value, but a lot of people don't. So I think hunting kind of falls into that world of, I think there's a lot of people that would like to go out and see it. I think there's a lot of people that the idea of going out in nature, maybe it's not about pulling a trigger, but maybe it's taking your camera.
Would skydiving be one?
That would be, you know what? That is probably the first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no way I'm going to pay to have that happen. But if somebody's willing to kind of group on me, if somebody's willing to tag me along, I might actually do. Well, not might. I would. 656-3776. What's yours? What's the thing that you're kind of waiting? Maybe. If
Estrada on the Brigade Bar says shark cage.
Dude, now that you'd have to buy me some alcohol ahead of time too. I might need a little bit of liquid encouragement to go get in a shark cage. I might go and watch you get in. And then maybe see, but again, I wouldn't be paying for any of this. Now, I might pay to watch you get in. Would you do that?
No. I'd probably rather skydive than get into a shark cage. That's saying a lot too.
That's its own question. And I have this terrible fear of heights. I don't have a fear of thrills. And people think that when you have a fear of, for whatever reason, I have a very unhealthy fear of falling off of things. Like if I'm on the edge of a building, I have this thought in the back of my brain that somehow I'm going to trip and fall off this thing, or a gust of wind, and it'll be one of those things like is a 1 in a million shot. I can't believe it happened to him. So for whatever reason, I have this, but I like the thrill. I like roller coasters. I'm positive I could jump out of an airplane, but if I'm standing on the edge of a tall building, I get the yips, man. I don't know what it is. It's not a lack of thrills. It's a fear of falling off something tall.
What about rock climbing?
See, I can't do that. No, you could pay, you could train, you could do whatever it is. There's no way at my age, I now know I can't do that.
When you were younger, could you?
No, I've always had, like I said, a serious unhealthy fear of falling off the side of a mountain or the side of a building or out of a window. I don't know what it is. It hit me at the worst possible time. I was literally at the top of the Empire State Building. I was like a junior in high school, and it hit me, man. I had to get off the top of that building. I was going down the up escalator running. It was one of those things. Well, not an escalator, but the stairs. So from that moment on, and there is no way, even if you were to pay and train and do, like I said, that I will ever do that. I understand it. And some people have a horrible fear of poop cruises. But me, if you were to pay, I'd be willing to try. And I think Zach Brown might have opened the door to the Jimmy Buffett experience, one, but also might open the door to a lot of people that are like, I don't really want to do that. Now, I don't know if I want to go on a cruise with the same 37,000 people that were there at Findlay. But you never know. Fenway. Hey, we're going to continue our conversations. I got free coffee to give away. I've got, we're going to talk at just after 7 o'clock. In just 20 minutes, we're going to address this this ongoing City of San Antonio Mayor Gina request for a revote, another vote, a micro vote. And we have a rebuttal from RC and all of the SS&E crew. We got a letter that came out yesterday and a firm rebuttal. We're going to not only hear from the mayor, from several of her pit stops yesterday. The invite stands for Mayor Gina if she'd like to come on with us. 656-3776. I'm sure she's dialed in right now, really curious about this. But if you want to talk, Mayor, we want to hear from you. The invite is always wide open. But we're going to hear what she had to say yesterday, and we're going to look at what the Spurs had to say and try to figure out, why are we doing this again? That's going to be right after 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. This is the AJ and Rob Show. We're going to be right back. We look forward to hearing from you. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sound off like you got up there. 210-656-3776. This is the AJ and Rob Show.
How did you wake up this morning? Did you wake up ready to attack the day, ready to really go and get them? But did you just not get the sleep? Did you just wake up with that brain fog that all you could get to was the first cup of coffee, that first sugar hit to kind of get you moving just so you can get yourself to work and get that donut? And before you know it, before you have that donut, you have something else, and you've made 2 or 3 bad decisions before the day even started. And by the end of the day, you have eaten nothing but bad food just to keep your body alive and keep moving to that next snack. And then you look on the scale and you weigh 300 pounds. That was me. It didn't seem like it was that hard, and quite frankly, it wasn't. But before I knew it, it had gotten out of hand, and I needed to lose the weight. And I didn't know how. When I first walked into Dr. Jacob Torres' office at the Institute for Functional Health, I was at wit's end. I felt like this is just who I was going to be, and I was just going to have to deal with all the elements that went along with it. And he explained to me that, yes, weight loss ain't easy, but there's some things you can do to make it easier. And part of that is you understand your relationship with food and also get the backing of a doctor who understands the biology of weight loss and all the supplements that help you and all the practices that move you along. And then he addressed the psychological part of that. How do you think of food and why are you eating the way that you eat? And once you address those 2 things, weight loss is remarkably easy. I want you to find out for yourself. Call him today. The number is 210-468-1891. His website is iffhealth.com. You can lose weight just as quickly as the GLP-1s, just as quickly as the shots and the pills on your own. Yes, you can. It won't be the easiest thing you've done. It'll be the best thing you've ever done for yourself. Call Dr. Torres on the IFF today. He will change your life. And when he does, come on by. Thank me later.
San Antonio Sports Star is sending our boys to see the boys. Our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California continues all this week. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Any city. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
He's a veteran. He signed up to vettix.org. She's in the military. She's a member. They are members of Vettix. Thank you, Vettix. When you give your extra tickets or donate to vettix.org or firsttix.org, you are giving something to those who gave. He's a firefighter. He signed up to firsttix.org. She's an EMT. She's a member. They are members of First Tix. Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to those currently serving and veterans, the immediate families of troops killed in action, and our brave current and former first responders. These tickets are a meaningful way to say thank you to America's heroes and help them re-engage with American life by giving them free, fun experiences and new happy memories that'll last a lifetime. And now, we want you to be part of the mission. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? We want you to go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today. Give something to those who gave.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Good morning, all. AJ and Rob, well, after the conjunction. I'm Rob. No AJ today. Had some bad, I don't know, whatever hit him about 2:30. That's the text arrived. I got it a little bit later, but he will be back mañana. Coming up at 7 o'clock, we are going to discuss our current situation with Project Marvel, the fly in the ointment, the sand in the oil. It appears the mayor wants another vote. We had a rebuttal, a firmly written letter written by RC, the president of SS&E, the suit in charge, not the owner. He pointed out some things. We're going to look at both sides again and try again to figure out what exactly the end game is here. She was on the air a couple of times yesterday. We're going to pull some snippets from that. We're going to read exactly what Mr. Buford said and try to figure out what we want. I can tell you first and foremost, if you know what you want and you're in the city of San Antonio, call your city councilman. It's easy. Trust me, they want to hear from you. They don't want to do what will get them unelected. So you want to head this off at the pass either way. If you want to further it and have some more discussion, call your council person Or if you think this is already a done deal, the cards have been shuffled, the hand's been played. We all pushed in. There were some losers at the table, and there were some winners. We don't redo the hand. Even if you can find a loophole that says it. Why? We already did it. It won. So there's some of that. And we'll get into it at 7. It's a worthy discussion, and I do think that, and I'll say this right now, I am absolutely pro. Get this thing done as fast as possible. We're going to make this thing work. We're going to make it work, and there will be benefits to many, more than we even think now. And on the other side of that, there are going to be some people that don't get what they want. But that happens every deal all the time. I'm all in on this. But if you're not, that's fine. Let's hear from you. 656-3776. I don't want to do it now. I want to do it when we got the time. So we're going to do that just after 7 o'clock because I only got about 4 minutes here. And you know, this is important stuff. This matters. It's really big. I'll say it again, man. I know that I can't eat, and I am starving. We need to play some, well, I don't know.
What's going to be your first meal when you can eat?
I don't know, man. I found my wife and I share a birthday, and we schedule our physicals at the same time every year. She does it. I do it because she really annoys the hell out of me until I schedule it. It's one of those things. Like, all right, and it's hers, so I do mine. And this year it fell to we're both getting colonoscopies, and go get it. If you're 50, go get it. But I'm headed for my second one. Well, she happened to get hers yesterday, and I scheduled mine not knowing when hers was. But it's always, we always go to the doctor about the same time. So mine is tomorrow. Hers was yesterday. Well, she goes in, and of course hers goes fine. And I get her home, and they're like, don't sign legal documents, don't stare too hard into the sun, don't stand still, don't lift one leg. All these things. After you're done, like don't drive, for God's sake, don't do all this stuff. So she gets home, get her on the couch. We've stopped and gotten food at a fantastic burgers place called Chuz Burgers.
I've never heard of them.
They're
high up there.
Oh yeah, they're advertising over on the app. I met the dudes down. They were at the Joe Gomez backpack thing that San Antonio Sports Star and the app and Joey Gomez, the law firm, gave away 1,000 backpacks, and we stuffed them all full on Saturday. Great event. Great. And these are good people out there. So this Chuz Burgers just opened up, and it's up there on 281. And anyway, fantastic burger. So we got that, and we get her home, and I got to go run some errands. By the time I get back, she's gone and gotten the trash can and brought it up. She's moving around like nothing had happened. So long story short, what that means to me is I can't get away with nothing tomorrow. I get home, because she just got up and started moving. I can't milk it like I wanted to. I won't be able to lay around and be tended to like anybody else who'd had a camera stuck up their rectum. I think that I would deserve a little bit of that, but she chose not to get that. So that means I don't get it either. That's the day that I'm going to have tomorrow. It's one of those days that tomorrow we're going to have to go with happiness as a choice. But it's a decision I've made, and I highly recommend it too. I know AJ just had his recently. That's what adults do. They take care of their bodies, as my wife is so oft to tell me, even though I don't feel actually like an adult most of the time. We're going to have a very adult conversation on the other side. We're going to talk about your yearnings, your wants and needs, and when you should take it out and when you should wrap it up. And what I'm talking about is Project Marvel. The news is out there. Mayor Gina has made it very apparent that she wants another vote from just those inside of the city. Even though that those inside of the city did in fact vote for the Project Marvel, the project carried. Both propositions carried. The county one carried by, which was, when I say the county one, Proposition A carried at a 55% margin. They can, and that was to fix up the frost, do the rodeo stuff with Joe Freeman, and take care of the building that the Spurs are moving from. That was Prop A, carried at 55%. Prop B, little bit less, but still carried 52%. Because the east side, the near east side, the region that had been promised a bunch of stuff when they built the Frost and then the AT&T, didn't come to fruition, so they were kind of upset with the idea of what Project Marvel was going to do, but they knew, let's not lose everything, so that part of the town voted for all the county money and all the stuff to go to Freeman and Frost, as I would too. But what that meant, it made a variation of about 3%. I don't know what mayor thinks. In this day and age, a 52% win in politics is a pretty resounding win. I don't know if she wants it over. We're going to hear why she wants the vote, the specifics, at least as best I can pull. And we're also going to check and see what R.C. Buford and Spurs SNS and E said in response and the things that have already been promised. And I think you should make a valid decision. And once you make that decision, call your council person if you're in San Antonio. Even if you're not registered to vote, go get registered, but make that call. You can make a difference. And if you're anti this, you don't want the revote, you can head that off at the pass. Just convince your council person to vote no. And this is as far as it'll go. We'll talk that. We got big money thrown around the NFL. Receivers getting paid through the nose, running backs too. And Hard Knocks. And I've already got my first fantasy pick. This is AJ and Rob. We'll be right back.
San Antonio's Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Powell. KTFM Floresville, 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Shotty also said something today that if you guys are going, and I'm trying to get used to the term, Terrence, so bear with me, Gotti. If you guys are going to be Gotti, it starts with the offensive line.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Gotti's greatest offense there is. You know, we talked about it. It's not. We're not trying to be the greatest offense in 2026. We're trying to be the greatest offense that ever played football. So that is our standard. And for us to withhold that, the O-line has to, be in the forefront of that.
We're expecting great things, Gotti. I'm getting used to it, man. I'm trying.
Give me
Here
we Gotti. Give me your Dak impersonation of Here We Gotti.
Yeah. Here we got it.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, life is too short to drive the same car every day. A Pascucci Prestige membership gives you access to an incredible collection of exotic and luxury vehicles whenever you want to change things up. Learn more at PascucciPrestige.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
If you or someone you love is struggling with alcohol or drug use, you do not have to carry it alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. We help people take the next step with compassion, privacy, and no judgment. You do not need all the answers, just a safe place to start. And 90% of our services are provided at no cost. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741. That's 210-225-4741. Or visit cicada.org.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study.
Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
As a parent, you said you'd never give up the convertible. Look, the van even has its own vacuum. You said you'd never stop listening to your music.
Do your happy dance, do your happy dance, yeah.
You said you'd never schedule your life around a stuffed animal.
Nobody panic. Bun Bun is still at daycare.
You said you'd never give in to demands.
2 kids' meals and a chocolate shake.
And never put them in harm's way.
I'll be right back, little man. Just gonna pop in the store for diapers.
But never happens. And no amount of time is okay to leave your child in a car by themselves.
Long line today.
Temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you every time you park the car. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a couple of stalls. I-10 eastbound Camp Bullis off to the shoulder, and another at I-10 eastbound FM 1516 on the far east side of town. That stall also off to the shoulder. Starting to fill in, slow down a little bit. Highway 90 eastbound 211 to 410, and on 1604 northbound Calabria on over to Houseman. 1604 westbound 281 over to 35 should take you about 15-17 minutes. And on 281 southbound Bassey to 35, a 5-minute ride. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NFL at Dallas Cowboys training camp, Brian Schottenheimer, head coach up there in Oxnard, told the press yesterday that the left tackle competition is already over. Tyler Guyton has taken the starting spot over Nate Thomas. We'll see what that means soon enough. In other Cowboys news, tight end Princeton Font suffered an ACL and partial MCL. He's out for the foreseeable future. Doctors are hopeful and optimistic he's going to make a full recovery. In Major League Baseball, it's better to be lucky than good. The Texas Rangers busted that 6-game losing streak 5-4 as Ezekiel Duran drove in 4 runs, the last of which was a ground rule double, ending the game. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, this is the AJ and Rob Show with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey now, let's get busy. This is the AJ and Rob Show, -1. That's me, Rob Thompson, live and in color on your YouTube feed. You Brigade Bar, thank y'all so much for hanging with me. I got a $40 gift card to Starbucks that I will give away to the best caller of the day. That's a promise. And we might go one to the Brigade Bar, too. Thanks for hanging. Sometimes you can't call, but you can type. Go to our YouTube feed. We are San Antonio Sports Star, specifically AJ and Rob. I'm the dude with hair. And we got another 3 hours to do. We got some fun coming our way. If you have the wherewithal, and I think you should, how hard is it really to stay with us? At 9 o'clock, Alvin Perry's going to be in studio. He's a young comedian here from here in San Antonio, kind of been making the rounds on the socials. He's been doing some shows. I find him hilarious, especially for those of you that are from San Antonio, got some roots here, know the neighborhoods, understand where you are and where you should be, your place in the world, the high school you went to. He has some great insight, and he's funny as all get out. He's actually going to be in studio to bail my ass out today as AJ sits, lays and is puking into the whatever after his sickness, whatever he's dealing with. But he'll be back tomorrow. We'll have him here at just a little after 9. In about an hour, a little after 8, we're going to call Senior Minix, fresh off the tennis courts there in Oxnard, to get the update as to what he saw yesterday, whether it was wide receivers wearing beekeeper nets or Ezeraku getting into a fight, or the naming of Tyler Guyton as the starting left tackle on day 2.
Shoddy's seen enough.
Maybe, and again, it's not like we shouldn't expect Tyler Guyton to be the starting left tackle. I mean, he was drafted in the first round. The guy looked like yet another of the Cowboys' finds at line. At least we hoped when we drafted him. Now, the next 2 years have proved to be very difficult. He was thrown to the Wolves his first year, and it just didn't work. This was a bad one. Last year, kind of the same. But here we sit as he was named starting tackle. We'll try to figure out what that means to the line. Is there, when we're looking for hope in trades and free agent acquisitions, is that a position of need? Especially after we have upgraded the defensive line so much. Is it making the offensive line better, or is it actually just absolutely exposing problems? That's a worthy discussion. That will be with Jason Minix just after 8 o'clock, and we'll also talk Cowboys in about 15 minutes. But first, the latest controversy around Project Marvel. And it's so many of us, and it's starting to get monotonous. It's starting to get, are we saying and talking about this again? But given the situation, we have to. And, honestly, I haven't checked the tape. I haven't gotten the let's halt the play, go and check the film replay to see if this is true. But the mayor said, and I don't know if we have the actual video, so again, you'll have to take this as hearsay, but I did hear her say on one of her live interviews that even after the vote last time, that when it was passed, that she intimated, hey, I still have an ace in the hole, I'm still going to call another election. That she said something to that effect way back when, that this shouldn't be a surprise. That we shouldn't be shocked that as we sit right now and as the fire of the finals has now slowly turned into embers and ash, that we're not quite as hot about the Spurs, that she would come out and say this now as we head toward those November elections that are going to be pretty contentious in some parts of the world. I expect that it's going to drive some people to the polls, and so she wanted to get it on in November. So she said, I think we need to call another election, even though by the numbers, it was a pretty resounding loss for those that were anti-Marvel. It was a pretty good win. 55% of the county voted for the improvement of the what is now the Frost, what was before AT&T, Joe Freeman, and all the investment that's going to go to improve and grow our wonderful Alamo. And that carried by a 3% margin higher than the Proposition B, which was specifically for Project Marvel and all of that, by about 3%, because the Near East Side, the area that surrounds the former Frost, with the Frost now, they voted more for the money invested there because they didn't want to lose the Spurs as a tenant 41 nights a year plus playoffs and preseason. And whatever business it does bring, however slight, down that corridor. They didn't want to lose that, and they want the investment in the property. It's nice to keep up. So that was an easy vote. But a lot of the Near East Side, a lot of the downtowners, for a lot of different reasons, did not vote for Proposition B. It won by 52%. And if you look at the votes where they came in heavy for downtown Marvel, it was a lot of county. It was. The northwest side from 281 all the way to Castroville and all the Bexar County that way, it's pretty heavy call toward Marvel. And it's easy to vote that way because, quite frankly, I don't live there. I don't pay the downtown tax. And it's NIMBY, not in my backyard, but I want to go visit it. So it was an easy vote for, and I get it. And I think the mayor, whose constituency is primary downtown, whose voters went out en masse to go vote for her because of, she's a Democrat, and downtown San Antonio is very Democrat. So she pulled a lot of those that have, as she keeps saying, her neighbors. Her neighbors are telling her. Well, that's where we sat as of yesterday. She would like to call for a vote in November. That's going to take a city council vote. The council has to vote for that, and she can't just call for it. She's just another vote on the council. She's what's known as a weak mayor. We have a city manager that runs the city. She is the bully pulpit. She can set process and set the agenda, but quite frankly, at the end of the day, she has just one more vote. So we could nip this in the bud really early on if the city council folks say, no, we're not going to do that. We've already voted for it. We don't want to spend the money. Let's focus on the election at hand. But this is where we sit. So afterwards, Spurs S&E, forgive me, responded yesterday in an open letter signed by CEO R.C. Buford. And I'm going to summarize it. It's all over the news. You can go read it for yourself. But quite frankly, he said, hey, we've already voted on this. We've already passed go. We've already collected our $200. And we're going to work. I don't know why we need to slow down. The questions that you are asking have already been answered. They might not have been answered to your liking, but we have certainly answered them. And let's talk about what we are going to do, not what the city wants to have done. Let's talk about what we're going to do. And let's highlight that by the $2 billion investment that we're going to throw into downtown. That while the city is going to be on the hook, kinda, because they'll be spending the state's money in some situations, that the city is just a pass-through on this, but that the Spurs are going to throw $2 billion investment, private money thrown into it. 100% of the cost overruns are going to be covered by the Spurs, not a little bit, and that's normally where the construction guy, anybody who's added on or dealt with construction knows those overruns are coming. It's just an inevitability. You're going to have cost overruns, whether you're redoing your kitchen or you're building a house. It's coming. So they've already promised that, hey, anything that goes over, we're going to cover that. The visitor-based revenues are going to cover a lot of the, when I say visitor-based revenues, that's the hotel tax. Hotel tax, you're going to cover a lot of that. It's not even going to be paid for by locals. It's the money that you're talking about is going to be covered by other folks. So let's tax other people living abroad. It's going to affect schools and streets and public safety. We're going to cover other operational expenses. You're in with us. We are partners, but we are partners. This is not just you, the city of San Antonio. We are offering to leverage billions of dollars to grow this. And I think that's why we all voted. I think we all realize that it's a bitter pill to have to swallow as a city, that you have to help fund billionaires, but it's a pill that we have all gladly decided to swallow. Or at least 52% of us in the city of San Antonio or in the Bexar County have decided that it's a pill that we're willing to go in partners because we reap the benefits in one way or another. The tide will rise, and whether I can ever afford to go sit front row, I know that I will have access to not only the Spurs, but all the entertainment and things that go along with the improvement of our downtown will all benefit in one way or another. So here we sit. She has the ability to call this vote. There's no getting around it. There is a way legally for her to go get it done. And I don't think it's that far-fetched to see a close vote. Now, we had a 7-4 vote last time to carry forward and get it on the poll, and it was all pro-Marvel. There is a majority on the council as we sit that it hasn't been swayed. And keep in mind, that last vote was before we made the title run, before really Wemby exploded into what we knew was coming. It just happened a lot quicker. So I do think that the ground is a little bit more fertile to kind of buy into the Marvel thing, even more now than before all of this because of the early success. But I do want to warn people that the same warnings that applied before still apply now. That there are a lot of cities bigger than ours with more money, more access to the pretty things, more direct flights, more hotel rooms. There's other metropolitan areas that are desperate to get a franchise. Look at what's going on in Portland and look at what's going on in Memphis. Portland's got a brand new owner, a guy named Dundon, who has some hockey roots, bought into the Alliance Football League, and he is already cutting costs to the bone because it looks like he might view this as a movable property. I'm going to buy a property in Portland, I'm going to fix it up, I'm going to sell it, and they're going to be moving. Seattle's gone 20 years without one. Nashville is looking at Memphis like, we want a team, and if it ain't Memphis, who is? We know Vegas is coming. There are places in the United States with far more money than what San Antonio is willing to offer, with far wealthier owners that could buy the Spurs. The Holts could sell this thing, make a lot of money, and just be done with it. And it wouldn't be that far-fetched because we're talking billions. So you never want to even open the door. And we said this before the last election. Let's not even open the door to this. And here we go with a mayor that wants to reopen the door. Now, the final kicker, and I want you to read the letters and I want you to hear everything, is most of this money, most of the money, not all, but most, predominant share of the money we're talking about would be state kind of money that could not be used for what is currently the budget shortfall of the city of San Antonio. The money is legally prohibited to be even used there. The only way it could be used would be used for the purpose that we voted for. We couldn't change it if the city lost or mayor won with her idea of let's reevaluate Project Marvel, let's find another way. That would not fix the budget shortfall. That money we're talking about would just have to be reapplied or go away. So this isn't about let's not spend the money on Marvel, this $450 million, but put it onto her requirements, the basic city infrastructure things that the city should be responsible for and does need to find a revenue source to fund them. But it ain't going to be this. It can't be this. So keep that in mind as we get there. She has no real answer after that. And in the end of this, and I want to go to break, and I want you to contemplate this. I feel like this all goes back to this. She is trying to speed the process to get the Spurs to write a $2.5 million check. All this over a failed business venture a decade ago. I think this is all. This is the only thing I can see is that she's going to hold our good corporate citizens hostage. That she's going to go to the Spurs, pay us $2.5 million, and by the way, we're $150 million short on our budget. Can you write us another check for something else? I've already called HEB. I've already called USAA. I've called all of our good corporate partners. I've written them letters saying, hey, can you just fund this? And then I'll get off your back. It feels like a shakedown. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like our mayor is shaking down our most prestige, our most well, prestigious would be the word. I'm not saying they're the best or the worst. I'm just saying they're probably the most available and the most widely known. The Spurs, more than HEB, more than our other wonderful corporate partners, more than USAA. More people know about the Spurs than anybody else, and she's choosing them to shake them down. Like, okay, what we need now is $150 million to fill this budget shortfall. And Spurs, you're first. I'm gonna shake you down, and then I'm gonna write these open letters. I'm gonna publicize to everybody else. I need your help. I'm begging. I'm leveraging. I'm shaking you down. That's what it feels like to me. I want to go out with, let's play some sound that she had to say and see if it sounds that way to you. See if it feels like, this feels like a mob. Let's play Jones 2.
So the $489 million would not do anything for the deficit that we are in today. I think big picture, what I've heard from neighbors, let me characterize it two ways. One, I think our neighbors are anxious, frankly, about the economic environment currently. So then it makes sense that they are then being much more cautious about signing the community up for major investments. I think that's fair. I think secondly, as you know, our general fund is largely based on property taxes. And so if we are foregoing property taxes as part of this financing deal to allow for that to have the capital by which the revenue bonds would be based on, then we are foregoing that in the future, right? And so I think this is why it was, frankly, this is also why I wanted the strategic pause a year ago, to be able to lay all this out for folks, and why it's important that we are being very judicious with how we're investing those dollars and what we forego and what we collect.
That's a bunch of gibberish, man. That's a bunch of gibberish. I heard twice, judicious and strategic pause. I don't have an answer. I don't really know what we're going to do, but let's just stop the train that's already left the dock, that's already left the station. I don't have an answer. A strategic pause. Let's be judicious. Shakedown. This is AJ and Rob. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The AJ and Rob Show.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. To have payment plans, call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Let's go to Vegas.
It's Jason and Joe from The Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend. The Blitz will be live at Circa August 27th and 28th. And then, of course, we're staying for the weekend. So come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor, Circa Million, Circa Grandissimo are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms, visit circasports.com. That's circasports.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
AJ Hoffman.
Get on up! AJ and Rob. 656-3776. That's the number to dial. Sound off like you got a pair. You like being shaken down? You like being held hostage? You like threatened? You like being threatened? You like strategic pauses? You like to reevaluate? You like to stop? Make sure you take every step perfectly. If that's you, man, maybe you need to vote for the relook at the Marvel. I'll tell you this, though. You only get 2 strikes at this. 3, they leave. They leave. You become Seattle. You become Kansas City. You become Buffalo. You become San Diego. You become all those cities that at some point had a team. Vaguely, I remember. Boy, that was cool way back when. You become that.
Maybe Portland.
Maybe Portland. Maybe Memphis. You become Vancouver. Remember Vancouver? They became Memphis. Now they're Las Vegas Spurs. You know, the Las Vegas Stars. That's the ultimate shakedown, right? I mean, the Spurs could come to the other side of this table and say the ultimate is this or gone. That's the ultimate. We don't want to go there. We want to be partners. We want to be partners. We understand. We help you. You help us. You make a little bit. We grow our tax base. Not maybe as much as we probably could have if we waited. This is an old axiom. Those of us that grew up Southern Baptist like I did, that old preacher always talking about, you hear people that, the story he always talked about, there's a flood. Guy sitting on the top of his house praying, man, God save me. I've been a good, save me. And he's sitting praying, and a log rolls up, bam, hits the side of the house as the water's rising. Big enough for him to get on. And he sees that thing and says, well, I'm praying to God. God's going to save me. I'm going to kick this log and let this log go. I'm not going to get on that. Log goes down. Before he knows it, here comes another bunch of refuse, things that are floating big enough for him to actually get on and float away. He says, no, I'm praying. God's going to save me. Finally, another boat shows up with a person on it. Say, get on the boat. No, he said, no, God, I'm praying to God. He's going to save me. It's going to be a miracle. He's going to save me. You can move on. Before you know it, the water rises and he's dead. Goes to God and he says, God, I prayed to save you. He said, man, I sent help 3 times. The help's here. We passed it. The Savior is right there. We've passed it. It might not be the glorious miracle that rises everything. Every problem is fixed, but the boat's here. Get on the boat. It's here. Now you're going to be wet and you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, some of your stuff, but you're going to get most of what you had or what you want, primarily saving. And it's here. We passed it. The hurdle was jumped. The decision was made. And here we sit. Can we just put this to bed? I asked the city council people, stand up, say what you think. Let's put it now. Let's hear it. Let's put this to bed. We got too much work to do. Too many things need to get done. And we've tasted it. We've seen what can happen. We've seen what success brings.
What do you think her motive is behind this?
I think at the end of the day, it's to warn the larger entities in this city that we have a budget shortfall. We have made decisions in the past that whether she was a part of or not, that can't be undone, that we've allowed some lower tax rates for companies to come in. We've done some things that can't change. But we have to fund some of our personal, whoever's personal projects they are, outside of the budget, some of these family-friendly, community-friendly projects that have lost their money through the feds. We're going to have to find another way. And I'm going to stir everything I can to shake out the money. And if it involves shakedowns and it involves public threats, if it involves getting to the edge of losing this thing, she'll do it just to kind of find the money. And if you're, she's doing her job as she sees it. Now, sometimes, don't confuse activity with achievement. Just because you're doing stuff doesn't mean you're achieving anything. So at the end of the day, I think that's what this is. Let's just get this budget fixed and find a way to get the city to have more control over this. And as a voter, and I'm not a city person, I live outside the city, so I don't have a lot to say. But as a county resident, I do understand you want to be responsible and watch the money, and I expect that we will. But the decision has been made. There was no need for a strategic pause. There's no need to be judicious. We've already made the decision. Move on. Carry on. And I think that's the easiest answer to what is, in fact, a very kind of difficult question that we're always going to juggle. How much can we help while still investing in our city? How many people can benefit by this while still spending some money? And that balance goes on. What are your thoughts? 656-3776, 656-ESPN. I didn't want to continue with that. I just wanted to kind of get there. I do want to talk NFL right now real quickly. This is kind of down the road kind of stuff, but as the wide receiver market continues to expand, yesterday we saw Zay Flowers signed a whopping wide receiver deal, an extension. That's going to pay him upwards of the guaranteed money is what, it's $108 million guaranteed, $140 million deal for Zay Flowers, who I don't know how you rate your wide receivers, but I'd say Pickens is in the same room with him. Maybe not at that high, but they're in the same room. They're in the same pay bracket. They would live on the same block if they were in the neighborhood. So I think as we see this money start bouncing more and more, the good news is Mr. Pickens knows if he has a good year, the bank truck is going to back up because dollar values now start for him at $108 million. Unless you're coming to me, if he has the kind of year that we expect him to have, if he catches 16 touchdowns and he has 900,000 yards and is an effective 2 or 1A, depending on how he's used, that money is there. Good news for the Cowboys, you have a very motivated wide receiver for a year. Bad news is there ain't no way in hell they can afford to keep him. There's no way that come at the end of this year. So good news is you get a motivated wide receiver. Bad news is we're going to have to fill that slot next year unless Jerry, seeing the future and doing something absolutely counter to anything he's ever done before, is to pay him now as soon as he can So the dollar values don't continue to rise because more guys are going to get signed beyond that. As we were on the air yesterday, Bijan Robinson signed the biggest running back contract in NFL history. Not really a surprise that he got a lot of money. It's just a surprise that it was Atlanta that paid him, considering the situation they find themselves. But that alone was where the money's going, so we're going to see a couple of other signees going. And we also got our first Hard Knocks last night for those that pay attention to such things. And the tradition's going to continue. The tradition's going to continue for mine because I haven't done my research yet because fantasy football is just around the corner. And for whatever reason, I always catch somebody. I see something in Hard Knocks that nobody else in America has seen. I have this unique ability to scout players that people don't expect to be great just by their Hard Knocks highlights.
So who's your guy this year?
I don't know his name yet. His name is number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8. It's not Super Bowl MVP running back. It's another guy. So I'm already wrong. I know it. But I saw something, fantasy football guys. And if you do know who it is, who number 8 in training camp for Seattle, I'd like to go ahead and submit my number 1 draft pick overall.
Jadarian Price.
Is that his name?
He was a first-round pick from Notre Dame.
He wasn't even the starter. That was Love's backup, right?
Yeah, he was Love's backup.
Well, I'd say backup. He was 1A. I'm telling you, in the 30 seconds, the 25 seconds of Hard Knocks B-roll, where I saw him run, there's your MVP.
He's Kenneth Walker's replacement.
And Kenny with his MVP trophy. Got bad news for you, man. But that's the early on Mambo King fantasy football sleeper. You know, we all have our sleepers. That's going to be mine. Number 8. What's his name again?
Jadarian Price.
Jadarian Price. Mark it down. Fantasy football just around the corner. Just around the corner for you, for us. I'm going to get into stuff away from sports. My blood pressure got a little high. This is just an observation. Anybody see the Martha Stewart I just turned 85 thirst pick?
I did not.
She's sitting in a hot tub. Just throw that out there. I saw that scrolling by this morning, and as I was perusing topics to get into. Coming back, I ran into something yesterday as I was. I'm just going to ask you the question. When you were growing up, when you were younger, and I say growing up, but in your leaner years, whenever those were, especially as a youth, was there a toy that you didn't get? It was just too expensive. Your parents wouldn't buy it, and you made a little bit of money, and you went and got it. I want to know what yours was. I'll tell you what mine will be coming up next. This is 94.1. You're on San Antonio Sports Star.
Sound off like you got a pair. 210-656-3776. This is the AJ and Rob Show.
San Antonio, we got us a drinking problem. Not the kind of problem you might think about. It's our water. It's got hard stuff in it. Hard water. Now, growing up down here, I knew we had hard water. I didn't know what that meant. You know why? Because I grew up in a home that had a Connecticut water softener way back when. And the very first time I bought a home, on the advice of my father, he said, invest in the very best early on, and it'll eliminate all the worries later. And I'd already had a Connecticut. I called them, and the rest is history. I've never had a different water treatment system in any place that I've lived in San Antonio. So I don't know what it's like to have to pay for a new refrigerator because their ice maker's so clogged with grit that it won't make ice. I don't know what it's like to see all that white powder that I've seen in some of my friends and family's dishes when you pull them out of the dishwasher. Never had that problem. I've never watched my white slowly turn gray, and I've never seen that ashy look on my skin because my water's too hard. A problem I don't have to deal with because and only because I have a Connecticut water softener. And then you add in the fact that I'm on a well. The value there is just about unquantifiable. I've got the very best, and I've got a warranty to back it up, and it ain't expensive, any more expensive than any other water treatment system. In fact, more cost-effective than any. And right now, it's such a great time to go get your Connecticut because not only do they have the best system, and they've got the warranty to back everything up, and the awards to tell you how good they are, they've got a gift for you. It's a reverse osmosis drinking station. It's called a K5. It's the very best you can get. And when you put it right next to your sink, you're never going to have to buy another water bottle. That clean, clear water's ready for you, whether you're putting it in the dog dish or making your spaghetti. And that is a gift just for taking advantage of it. I want you to call 656-PURE. I want you to go to ConnecticutSA.com for all the details. But you owe it to yourself. You certainly deserve it. Get the very best. Call Connecticut today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a couple of stalls. I-10 eastbound at Camp Bullis and I-10 eastbound FM 1516. Both of those are off to the right shoulder. On I-10 upper level westbound North Frio Street to Culebra, this road work has just the right lane open. And we're starting to roll slowly along 1604 northbound Culebra to Houseman and 1604 westbound Bulverde Road on over to 281. Also a bit slow, 90 eastbound 211 to Loop 410. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call. In the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Why pay full price when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
You know your age, your weight, your income, maybe even the mileage on your car, but what's your testosterone level, and is that level normal for your age? If you don't know the answer, Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss can help, and they'll do it for free. Go take a free testosterone test and find out if Synergenics can help invigorate your life like it has for thousands of other men in San Antonio. Visit SynergenicsHealth.com and book your free T-test today. SynergenicsHealth.com.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus zero down, zero interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Green Bay Packer edge rusher Micah Parsons expects to be back sooner than later from his ACL injury and possibly in week 6 when the Dallas Cowboys come to the frozen tundra. He said it's very realistic. He suffered the ACL on December the 14th last season and underwent surgery on December the 29th. Lots of money being thrown around the league as the Falcons running back Bijan Robinson got a 3-year, $75 million extension, including $51 million guaranteed. He's the highest paid running back ever to walk the planet. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AJ.
Jump on. Hang on tight. It's AJ and Rob show. I'm Rob, hanging on for dear life. AJ hanging on to the porcelain throne. You'll be back mañana. That is Edwin Hefner pressing buttons and staying busy in the glass box of fun. We got guests coming your way. I got Dr. Jason Garrett in just about an hour. We're going to look at the injuries. We had one Cowboy carted off, a tight end. ACL, MCL. Prognosis, he'll walk again. We won't see him anytime soon. Micah Parsons is circling week 6 after his ACL surgery.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, playing the Cowboys. The Cowboys go up to Lambeau Field. So yesterday I was sitting, I've already discussed, I was sitting in a doctor's office, and I looked over, and there was a family, like I guess it was a mother, somebody taking care of a couple of kids, and they had a teenager that was sitting with a guy looked like he was probably 13 or 14, and it sucks. He had obviously been picked up from something and was waiting at the doctor's office for a parent friend. I don't know how long they'd been there, how long they were going to stay. I was there and gone while they were there, but they were sitting right beside me, and it was this kid's birthday. He had just had his birthday. And he had explained that he didn't get something that he wanted. I don't know what it was. I didn't quite hear. I think it was a console. I don't know what it was, but he didn't get what he wanted. And his guardian, his parent, whoever that was, so, well, when you make your own money, you can go buy your own damn. I think it must have been a console. You can go get your own. She didn't say it that way, but it was kind of like, yeah, man, that was expensive. You got brothers and sisters. I can't afford that. And he was kind of acting like a teenager does when they don't get what they want. And I thought, everybody's had that. And I wonder if it's something he wants so bad that the moment he has any money at all, that's something he would go get. Edwin, is there anything that you didn't get when you were a kid, but the moment you had an opportunity to, you went and got it? Like it meant that much.
Not really. I mean, I'm trying to think. There really isn't anything. I didn't ask for like a whole bunch, but like the stuff I asked for, I generally got.
If you had $1,000, just land that you couldn't keep it, and you had to go spend, what would you go buy right now?
What I buy right now?
What's the thing you go, man, if I had that, boy, my life would get better. Whatever that is.
Probably like my own property.
Well, I'm talking about $1,000, a little gimme, not property. Something that's found money, whether it be a video game console, something for your car, whatever it might be. That man, I couldn't afford it, but now I can. I'm going to get that.
Probably the latest video game count. What the PS5? Is that the latest one?
Yeah.
6, 5, probably that. Yeah. I have 4.
See, you're one that matters.
Yeah.
You know what mine was? A homemade popcorn maker.
Homemade popcorn.
I always wanted.
You mean the one like at the carnivals and stuff?
Yeah, it's got it's a little cart, and it's got just a miniaturized.
The red cart, and you can see it pop.
Yeah, it's got the miniaturized popper. And it's got it gets hot and it pops out of the little aluminum thing into the bottom. You get your own scoop. Well, growing up, man, that was the epitome of class. You had your own popcorn maker.
Are they pretty expensive?
No, they're not. I think I spent like $300 on it. But growing up, I thought, well, you got your own popcorn maker. You've made it, man. And it's not microwave popcorn. It's not Jiffy Pop. It's not. This is the legit stuff that you have. You pour in the blue or the like orange butter oil, and it makes and it smells like movie popcorn. It tastes like movie popcorn, and you had ready access to it whenever you wanted it. Man, I thought when I had a little bit of money and I saw that in, I think when I first got it was Sky Mall. I ordered my own at-home popcorn maker. Boy, as it was at that moment. Mama, look where your son is now. I've made it. There it is. That's kind of it. It's in a cart. It looks a lot like the one on the top left. I went and got one. What's the going rate for one of those right now? What's the price? What's yours? What's the thing? And it's silly. But once I got it, it was one of those senses of accomplishment that, you know what? Life could be a lot worse. I'm going to go make myself some popcorn. Anybody can make popcorn like the shelf top, the things that spins and has the little holes in the top of that plastic bucket that drips the butter in. That's for amateurs. I wanted the top of the line popcorn, popping out, scooping it in like I was at a movie theater. Boy, I thought I had made it. That was it. There, look where I am at now. What's yours? 656-3776, 656-ESPN. I got a gift card for a Starbucks for the best caller, and this is your best opportunity. If you did buy something that just told you my parents weren't ever going to buy that for me. Nobody's going to get you your own popcorn maker. That's one of those. That's for them that's got money. That's for the fancy types. Well, when I finally had the chance and I saw that I could actually buy one, it was all downhill from there. That was the apex of life right there. I'd made it to the very top. What's yours? Let us know either on the Brigade Bar or whatever venue you feel most comfortable with communicating with. I would like to hear your voice. I'd like to give away these gift cards before they get taken away by my suit, who's imminent to arrive. Speaking about imminent arrivals, in about an hour and 15 minutes, Alvin Perry. He's a local stand-up, brand new comic around town, making bones. I find him hilarious. The guy, every one of his socials, he just makes me laugh. And I wanted y'all to hear him too if you haven't seen him. So he's going to actually come in studio, and we're going to sit down, get to know him, and talk about our great city. I'm sure he has a point of view that you're certainly going to appreciate. It's certainly those that have roots in this city or those that have just moved here. You're going to get a vibe for what different neighborhoods are like. He has it pinpointed perfectly about what San Antonio is and the people that make it up. He's a funny cat. So he'll be here just after 9. I got Dr. Jason Garrett going to be here at 8:45. We're talking injuries, and we're going to focus in on all you parents out there that have kids heading off to camp, whether they're doing 2-a-days for football, getting ready for volleyball, or marching with the band, doing all the stuff outside and work. We're going to talk with Dr. Garrett about making sure your kids their bodies are right for them to go do the things that they want to do as all the schools are getting back in session, all the sports and external things are getting busy. Dr. Garrett will join us. We'll talk about that in the latest injuries. So, you have an assignment. Reach out, call, and win coffee cups. I've got a double dong challenge. And also, I'm going to give away Texas Trophy Hunter Extravaganza tickets just on the other side of the break. So I'm going to be out there on Friday. You want to come hang out with me or all weekend long? I got tickets to give away just on the other side of the break. So that means listen to these fine sponsors, and we shall return post-haste. This is AJ and Robin. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Be a part of the show. 210-656-3776. This is the AJ and Rob Show.
Time to go back to school with Famous Footwear.
Why does it always sneak up on us?
It's like when your kid tells you about a bake sale the night before.
Then it's store-bought all the way.
Stores are the best.
Like Famous, with 800 stores, they're always nearby with shoes from the best brands like Jordan, Nike, Adidas, Birkenstock, New Balance, Skechers, and more.
Right now it's BOGO. Buy one pair, get one half off at Famous Footwear. And shop in-store to get $10 to spend this fall. Some exclusions apply.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it will be day 3 for the Dallas Cowboys here at training camp to work out in pads.
We don't know which player, but a current Cowboy player will join us around 3:45-ish.
And has the mayor opened her mouth again and said something, well, dumb?
Probably. We'll have the latest on The Blitz starting at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Boy, I could go for a big old bucket of movie pop. Part of this, I think a reason I brought this up was I can't eat today. I'm on one of those liquid things getting ready for a colonoscopy tomorrow, so I'm strictly on clear liquids and broth. And broth sounds fantastic right now. I'm starving. So maybe that's why I coveted that popcorn machine, or at least thought of it. And my question to you was, when you were young, was there something that you just didn't get, whether you couldn't afford it or your parents wouldn't give it to you? But when you finally had the wherewithal, when you finally could go get it, no matter how silly it might have felt, you got it and it felt good. It felt like, man, I have made it. I'm so glad I did that for myself. It's the little things that matter. And maybe as a popcorn maker, maybe it was a convertible. I don't know what it was. Well, what is yours? 656-3776, 656-ESPN if you wanted to go that route. Let's go to the lines. Corey, welcome on, brother. Corey? Oh, Keith, I'm sorry.
Corey? Oh, Keith. Yeah, it's Keith.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey. Nothing much. Great show. Love to listen to you guys every morning.
Thank you.
It's one thing that when I was a kid, I used to go to a friend's house. They used to have a stack house, but they used to have a refrigerator in their garage. I was like, man, why do they have a refrigerator in their garage?
That's money.
Anytime we wanted a pop or any type of soda, they used to have it loaded. Man, when I bought my first house, I told my wife, hey, one of us got to park outside because I got to have a refrigerator in the garage.
You know what? I hadn't thought about it, but you are so right to have your own fun fridge. You've made it, whether it's beer or sodas or whatever it is. Yes, sir. That was one of those that, man, once you get one of those, that's for those that are living right, that are doing the right things.
Man, I thought I made it. I loaded that thing up with Modelo's and Coca-Cola.
Man, let's hang on there, Keith. I want to make sure everyone gets your information. Eloy, welcome on to AJ and Rob.
Sir. Yes, sir. Hey, what's going on, my friend? Good morning to both of you.
Thank you,
Sorry,
man.
AJ didn't make it in today. When I was a kid, I always wanted an RC truck. I ended up getting it once I got, hired on at Bill Miller's, my first job. And to this day, I still have it. And it's no longer mine. Now it's my son's. He's driving it to crap.
Okay, so what was it? One of those like trucks that looks like it's doing like 100 miles an hour? Those
it is.
Dude, that's an investment. Those things are. If I was a parent, and my kid came and wanted one of those, I'd end up with one of those little cheapy ones because I know they were going to break it. There's no way I'm going to be able to maintain that. Those things are awesome. Now, it's one of those that's gas powered. One of those that could take a finger.
Yes, yeah. It is. It's awesome. It cost me just over $300, and I love it. But now my son has it, so
Raise them right, man. Do the right things and get it. Don't buy them everything, because now you find out that, hey, man, the purchase of something that they wanted, they got it. It means even more to you. Thanks for the call, Eloy. What is the thing that you went and got? Man, I like the beer fridge, because I'm of an age. No one had refrigerators in their garage. Dude, you had one refrigerator. It was lime green or avocado green or a weird color of yellow. And it was the same refrigerator my entire life. That house had the same refrigerator, and I bet it's still there. I bet it's still the same refrigerator. Time incarnate. It will never die. But we never had another one. 2 refrigerators in a house. That's even better than two or a popcorn maker. That's even better than that. What's the thing that you went and got and like, man, once I get this, it's all over, man. I've climbed the mountaintop. I have made it where you want to be. Next hour is going to be spectacular. And if you're on the line, I still want to talk to you guys, but we're running into the rules of radio where we have to take a break and fund this fine program. So on the other side, the 8 o'clock is going to be chocked full of fun and facts. We're going to have Dr. Jason Garrett. We're going to talk injuries and making sure your kids are ready to go back to camp and do all that stuff. We're going to have Jason Minix if we can roll his ass out of bed. And then Alvin Perry's going to be here at 9 o'clock. So I don't know what you're doing, but I know what I'm going to be doing. Let's do it together. We'll be right back. We're so glad you're with us. This is AJ and Rob, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is AJ and Rob in the morning with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a new trouble spot at 281 northbound, the on-ramp from Wurzbach. Accident has the entrance ramp blocked. 281 northbound Bitters, that stalls off to the shoulder. I-10 eastbound Camp Bullis, right shoulder blocked. And on I-10 eastbound Graytown, disabled vehicle off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601, and we'll go and check it out. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
If you or someone you love is struggling with alcohol or drug use, you do not have to carry it alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. We help people take the next step with compassion, privacy, and no judgment. You do not need all the answers, just a safe place to start. And 90% of our services are provided at no cost. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741. That's 210-225-4741. Or visit CICADA.org.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
I like shorts that are pretty short.
What do kids want to wear back to school? We ask them.
I love wearing things that make me feel confident. They have to be like really comfortable too. Yeah. Nike shoes, running shoes.
Like I think I wear my Birkenstocks every single day.
I just wear what I want and I let other people wear what they want.
Gear up for back to school tax-free at Academy. Shop this tax-free weekend to save big and get ready for the year with brands like Nike, Burlebo, and Adidas at Academy. Fun can't lose.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
SportsCenter brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NFL at Dallas Cowboys training camp, Brian Schottenheimer, head coach up there in Oxnard, told the press yesterday that the left tackle competition is already over. Tyler Guyton has taken the starting spot over Nate Thomas. We'll see what that means soon enough. In other Cowboys news, tight end Princeton Font suffered an ACL and partial MCL. He's out for the foreseeable futures. Doctors are hopeful and optimistic he's going to make a full recovery. In Major League Baseball, it's better to be lucky than good. The Texas Rangers busted that 6-game losing streak 5-4 as Ezekiel Duran drove in 4 runs, the last of which was a ground rule double, ending the game. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, this is the AJ and Rob Show with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Get on that horse. Let's get out of here. It's the AJ and Rob Show. No AJ today. He is convalescing after his Taco Bell. No, he's out, not feeling well. Shall return mañana. Though tomorrow, I will be absent. I'm going to be gone tomorrow. I am going to have my 60-year, my favorite time of the year, my colonoscopy. So me and Dr. Cunningham, we're going to spend a couple of tender moments tomorrow morning exploring my colon and making sure that we are clean as a whistle, and I have begun that process. So if it goes radio silent and Edwin has to throw on some soothing, calming tones, it's because I had to evacuate. I had to move to another place. I expect to return quickly, though I will do my very best to keep it down. Welcome on the show. We got 2 hours left, and oh my goodness, if you're just getting here, yeah, your timing's pretty good. You arrived to the party a little late. I'm not going to hold it against you, but at least you brought a case. So put the beer in the back and hang with us for the next couple hours. Dr. Jason Garrett's imminent. He will be here in 45 minutes. We're going to talk injuries and make sure your guys, your fam, whatever they might be doing as school gets started, what they can do to make sure their body's at their best in the off-practice times, how you recover, the best practices for the young athlete. We'll talk with Dr. Garrett about that. He's a great resource, as is Arasti, as your kids start to training and get into those bumps and bruises that are coming with football and volleyball and all the stuff, that the sports that are kicking into gear. So he'll be here at 8:45. 9 o'clock, Alvin Perry will be here. He's going to be in studio. We're going to sit and talk San Antonio. Young comedian, a good comic, up-and-comer, one of San Antonio's new funny faces and funny people. I don't think he's funny looking, although you could watch him on YouTube and you can decide for yourself. You might have seen him on his socials. He will be here at 9 o'clock. We're going to roll Jason Minix's Oxnard ass out of bed, and we're going to get a training camp update from the locales, all that in play. But as we're going to break, I asked the question, I'll reset this. We'll take these calls as we carry through. So if you have something to say, we can break topic. That's fine. This is wheels off today. 656-3776 is the number to dial. Brigade Bar, thank you guys for carrying me today. You're keeping me motivated, keeping me lifted, and bringing me ideas. So stay there. Don't go there. But if you want to call, we welcome you. And if you haven't gone there, we're on YouTube's. You can follow us and always subscribe and like us when you see us on your socials. We get graded on that. So let's go to the phones. Jake's on line one. And my question to you was, when you had the wherewithal, no matter what age it was, when you had a little bit of discretionary income, you could buy what you wanted, what did you get that your parents would never buy you? And then when you got it, no matter how little it was, it meant so much. It felt good. Jake, welcome on the show, man. How's your morning?
It's going good, bro. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm floating my boat, doing it like I should. So what's the thing you got?
So mine might be kind of cliche, but I've always been into it. But sneakers, man, I'm a huge sneakerhead now. When I was younger, like I said, I was always into sneakers. But now that I got adult money, oh man, I went crazy, man.
What was the holy grail shoe? What was the first one where you threw $200-$300 or whatever your dollar value was? What was the kick that you got? Like, oh my God, I got it.
Oh man, the Air Jordan 3 white cement. Oh man.
You're of a generation. I can tell how old you are. that was one of mine, man. And that's the easy for a kid, for a teenager. That's the most accessible luxury item. It's around you. You know where you can go get it. Guys of your age have them. They know the value. Everybody knows them when they see them. I think it's our first luxury purchase. I really do. I think for guys like you and me, that was the first thing that I bought that I'm like, you know what? I'm part of that crowd now. I got these kicks on. And that's one of those things that never left me. I got 100 pairs of shoes in my closet. It is one of those things that I view the shoe as art. Before, it was a sustainable thing. I just wanted to have them and wear them. Now I look at them like art, like I'm investing and loving these things. And I look at them in the darkness and don't let anybody touch them and have white gloves and make sure no air hits them and keep them in the bags and all that. Yeah, that's a great purchase. Yeah. Did you pass it on to do you have friends and family do the same thing?
Well, my wife kind of got into it a little bit, but I actually have a 3-year-old son, and man, his sneaker collection is probably better than mine right now.
You're raising them right, and if your wife's down, you got it made. Thanks for the call, Jake. My question to you guys is, what's the thing you got? The first thing when you could. Your parents would never buy you. In fact, we're probably kind of mad at you that you went and bought it because you didn't need it and it wasn't worth it. Whatever that was, but it still matters today. I want to know what that was. We got more on the line. Let's go ahead and we'll finish this segment up. This is a good one. Let's go to Mike on line 3. Mike, what'd you get?
Hey, so I worked all summer long and bought myself a little Kawasaki 100 motorcycle.
I'm sure Mama was not happy, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. She didn't see me all summer.
Do you still ride?
Yeah, definitely.
So are you going to pass that along? Is this something that you would give your kids, or are you going to make them go buy it too?
Well, I would probably do the I'll match your money thing.
Cool. See, you understand the value of I got it. It matters, and it's going to be a lifetime passion. And I'll bet more times than not, that first purchase became the lifetime passion because you got that thrill, that adrenaline push, that little dopamine kick that we all chase our whole lives. And when you finally had access, mine sounds sorry. In hindsight, I should have aimed higher because the one that did it for me. Now the kicks, yeah, that was something that mattered. But, I'd bought many shoes by that point. But when I finally had the wherewithal and I had the expendable income and the place to put it and the ability to use it, it was an at-home movie popcorn maker.
Well, what was the kicks that you fell in love with initially?
Well, for everybody, it was the Jordan 1 breads. It was the black and reds, the ones with no white in them, just like the NBA. It was the one, and when I got it, I was hooked for life.
You didn't like the Magic Johnson Larry Bird Converse?
No, I wore those.
Okay.
I was a convert, and I come up. The first shoe we wore that everybody wore were Dr. J's, the Converse, and I wore those as long as I could. Those were my favorite shoes. And then high school, we were a Nike school, so we wore the original Nike Air Forces. Those were good, but when Jordan hit, especially like 84, 85. When the Jordan shoe was the world changed. It literally, there was Jordans and what that meant, and basketball shoes. And I never could play in Jordans. They always hurt my feet. I never found them comfortable, never played a game in a pair of Jordans in my life. But, man, I had to have them. And to this day, they're still part of my lexicon. But that was an itch that was easily scratched. Like I said, when Jake was calling, you're around guys with shoes, and you could get them, and, but the popcorn maker just seemed like that was above and beyond. That was something that was extra that no one needs and no one should really care about. But for me, I had it, and I just would stare at it. What was yours? Let's go back to the phone. 656-3776 is the number to dial. Manuel, thanks for holding on, man. What was the thing you got?
Yeah. Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, you're on.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we all had bicycles, right? But we had this one kid who had a mini bike. And, we take turns going for riding his mini bike. And that rush you get, was so awesome. So as soon as I got out of the Army, the first thing I did was buy my first motorcycle. And, man, I've been riding for over 40 years. I've had several bikes, and now I got a Harley-Davidson Street Glide, and I'm on my way to Sturgis.
Oh, dude. Dude, well done. Now, that is the epitome. I think that shows what those mean. What do you remember the bike? What was the first bike you bought?
It was a Kawasaki. It was a 440. That was the only thing I could handle and afford back then. I was married with kids, But now, my kids are gone. I can afford what I want, and I got me a nice Harley. And I went to Sturgis for my first time last year, and I fell in love with Sturgis. You got to put that on your bucket list if you're a biker, man. I'm on my way over there. It's so awesome over there.
Well, what I want you to hold on, and I want to get. Will you report back from Sturgis? Will you call us when you're up there and give us some live updates before you pass out early in the morning?
Definitely.
Dude, I want to hear from you. So
check this out.
Yeah.
I've got a one of those adult sex dolls that I put on my bike. Man, I had the best time. Everybody wanted to check her out.
I want to party with you. I want to party with you, cowboy. We want to get all your info. We're going to give you some special phone numbers. Give him the hotline, Edwin. I want to hear from Manuel in Sturgis with his sex doll. This is turning into something. Let's finish this topic out because we got work to do. Last call. What's the thing that you got that when you got it, it changed your life, it was worth every penny, and you knew your parents would never, ever get it for you? Michael, let's close this thing out. What's the thing you got?
Oh, man, what's up, Rob?
What's up, man?
Hey, dude, you cracked me up. AJ, he's all right. He calls in all the time. But, hey, so growing up, I had a single shot 20 gauge.
Oh.
And to me, the Mecca was one of those beautiful over and unders, right? So I finally pulled the trigger, got me that 12 gauge over and under, and that was it.
Do you still have it?
Oh yeah.
I want your progeny to have it too. That's one of those things. The gun, those things, far more than those other investments. Those are you can pass the love on. You can pass the love of bike riding. You can pass the love of kicks. You can pass the love of popcorn on. But when you can pass a gun down, when you can hand that lineage down, man, that matters. That's one of those things that it's truly an investment, and I thank you for calling. Mike on the line. Think about that when your kids are wanting something, and maybe it's not the best thing to get them. Maybe it's worth them working for it if they really want it, because it could literally change their lives. A little up music, a little upbeat stuff. Hey, coming back, let's talk some football. Cowboys are in camp, and that front line is making a difference. Is the offensive line being shown for what it really is, or is iron going to sharpen iron? We're going to look deeply at Cowboy camp coming up next. Hang around with us. There's a lot to do. This is AJ and Rob, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The AJ and Rob Show. Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Experience the largest gun show in Texas this weekend in Bryan. Texas Gun Shows is open Friday from noon to 7 p.m., Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss Texas Gun Shows at the Legends Event Center in Bryan this Friday through Sunday.
South Texas summer is no joke. With temperatures in the triple digits, your roof takes a beating. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're local, family-owned, and ready to help. Get a free, no-obligation roof inspection from a team that knows South Texas weather. Whether it's commercial or residential, a small repair, or a whole new roof, get peace of mind with Stevens Roofing. Call 210-785-0994 today. Stevens Roofing has you covered.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice, talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Many of our U.S. veterans and service members face challenges. Mental health struggles, housing obstacles, employment, food insecurity, and social isolation, to name just a few. I'm Bob Woodruff. My family and I started the Bob Woodruff Foundation in 2006 after I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq. Our service members had my back that day, and we need to have theirs now more than ever. At the Bob Woodruff Foundation, we raise awareness about the tough challenges veterans and military families face, and invest in solutions to help support them in the next chapter of their lives. And with one solution comes the next. We solve a housing situation, we increase employment opportunities. We solve employment problems, we address food insecurity. We solve food insecurity, we impact physical and mental health issues. Learn more about our work at bobwoodrufffoundation.org/success.
AJ Hoffman, Rob Thompson, the AJ
Let's go. AJ and Rob show on a Wednesday. I was going to say I don't want to bring the room down, but that's the opposite thing to say. This is worthy of celebration. This is an eve. We're on an eve. Did you know that, Edwin? It's an eve.
Any eve is good.
It's an eve, like New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. We're on NFL Eve. We got us a football game tomorrow. It's not a real football game, but they're going to have uniforms on, and they're going to have fans in the stands, and we're going to have television
and people throwing passes,
and people, they'll look like passes. It'll be the sport we love. We won't love the game, but it's the sport we love. That's tomorrow night, man. We have made it through the long, dry, arid desert with a little bit of help from the Olympics and a little bit more help from World Cup. It seems like both easier than normal for those of us who are dyed in the wool. That's all we can think about for 5 months, 6 months, a year of football. It's been both kind of easy because we got a little bit of drug in between. We got some Olympic things to cheer on, and then we got the World Cup to make fun of and be told how wonderful our country is. And before we know it, here we sit. And tomorrow night we get football. That alone is worthy of just kind of a sit down tomorrow and take stock of where you are in life because you made it. You made it to another football season. Yesterday, we saw some highlights coming out of training camp, and I heard Shoddy talk about they were going to change the way they practice a little bit, and it was more about plays run and things like that. Not so much. I don't know. I didn't quite catch what he was trying to do, but I did get the sense that the early returns on this defense. Wow, we're talking about 2 freaking practices. It's hard to judge anything other than what we've seen off of last year. And it appears that what the Cowboys have wanted to do has, in fact, happened. That they have, in fact, built a pretty solid, if not really good, defensive front 4. Especially a front 3. Those interior linemen, however they're going to shift. The money, the Clarks and the Qs and all the off-season drafts over the last couple years finally seems to at least put together a defensive line that might not be able to get to the passer, but can certainly slow down a running game. They can certainly stop the run. Now, that's not the prescription to win every NFL World Championship, but it certainly is a vital piece, and then you add in what Caleb Downs can do. I think that we're going to see a change in the defense, at least in the way the offenses play us. I think we're going to see probably 4 or 5. Well, that's being a little broad. I'd say 3 more minutes of possession time, just in time, and you can add in the snaps accordingly, of more offense for the Cowboys, just because now at least I'm comfortable with saying at 3rd and 1, it ain't a gimme. In the last couple of years, this felt like it's been a gimme. I think at 3rd and 1, it's going to be a first down. I mean, the tush push got huge because it worked, especially against the Cowboys. And we just we're not tough in between the tackles, and certainly not tough in the internal run stoppage. And that's going to change things. And that's enough on the defensive side. I don't really want to focus too much there. I do want to look at what happened yesterday with Coach Shoddy announcing that Guyton is now going to be the starter. At least now he's been named the starter. And there's lots of reasons you do that. It's reps. You want him to get more with the ones and that kind of stuff. But it seems like of all the positions to name a starter early on, this one seemed odd. Just because Guyton has not lived up to expectations. He hadn't been awful. Remember his first year? He was kind of thrown to the wolves. He kind of got out there, and his first 8 games of the year, all he did was go against, and as a left tackle is apt to do, but in particular the Cowboys' schedule his rookie year, it was one monster defensive end after another. And by the time that first opening 2-game stretch was done, as far as grading your offensive lineman, Guyton was one of the worst in the NFL. One of the worst, to the point where they were having to station tight ends to the strong side like that, extra help blocking just because there wasn't a lot of help. And he wasn't that bad, but he was going against some monsters, war daddies, as Jerry would call them. And he started out slow and it got slower. And last year was really no huge bounce back.
His first ever game was against Myles Garrett.
Yeah, it was just, remember, we even talked to McCarthy when McCarthy was still there. Like, dude, this is tough for anybody, but especially a kid coming out of college at OU and not seeing that kind of stuff. So he was kind of hamstrung, and maybe that's going to be the answer. But more importantly, about having a good defensive line is it's really, I saw Cooper Beebe interviewed after the first padded practice, and the first thing he talked about was, man, there are no plays off. When you're looking up and you're seeing Q, and you're looking up and you're seeing Kenny Clark, you got to go to work. There ain't this isn't Tristan Hill. This isn't any number of dudes that have come and gone without any. This isn't Mozzie. These guys can play, and you better be ready to play. And that alone matters. Now, I think more importantly, I hope it exposes what a lot of us believe to be the primary issue. Now, the defense we knew was biblically bad. We knew it was terrible. But by the same token, I've said this 100 times, that defense doesn't have to be great for them to win. When I say win, I'm talking about contend. It doesn't have to be great. The defense doesn't have to be 85 Bears. It doesn't have to be Seahawks. It doesn't need to be, nor have we invested the money for it to be. But all it has to do is to be good enough. Just don't screw things up. Don't offer quarterbacks their career opportunities every week. Just slow them down. The offense can get it done. The continuity is there. The players are there. So we've got the new CP, as he's called, and went all in. But I think at the end of the day, when we get through this season and we look at where the Cowboys are, the defense is going to be fine. It can't be worse just by the numbers. It can't be struck by lightning 2 years in a row. We can't have the worst defense I have ever seen put on a Cowboy uniform 2 years in a row. It just won't happen, just by the manpower, just by a lot of things. That's not going to be the case. But the real worry to me was this offensive line has been just good enough, to make Dak have to play a little bit extra, to make the wide receivers have to do a little bit extra to overcome. And you know what that turns into? 7 wins. That turns into 8 wins when your line is just good enough. Well, the good news is now from the first snap of training camp, from the first padded one-on-one snap, that offensive line is under stress. It's under pressure. They're getting stress tested. They're going against goods. They're going against solid internal performer. Now, they're not having to go against an edge rusher, the likes of which we're going to have to see a lot of. But on the other side of that, we are seeing a toughened up, and I do expect a better offensive line. And to me, that should still be the storyline. The defense is fun. We got a new coordinator, and we drafted a safety that looks like he is straight off of the Amazon order list. What do you need? We got that perfect, and it's exactly what you need. It appears this is that guy. So just by logical and improvement, but the real story should be this offensive line, because there's been a massive investment and a massive search for more talent, first round draft pick year after year. If that can hold, now those guys like me that are looking for, I'm an optimist. I think there's a lot of talent here, but then you turn me into a realist when you don't address one of the problems I see. And maybe as Shoddy has gone ahead and named his left tackle, maybe that's his way of telling us everything's going to be all right, that this line is okay, and I'm going to go ahead and name him. Let's play what he had to say there, Edwin. Do you have that up? Let's play Shoddy 3.
Yeah, I think he's doing some really great things. I think his sets are very compact. He's in control. He's not oversetting. He's playing the leverage game. His punches have been good. But I don't think that that's anything new to the pads, Patrick. I think that started with him being one of the first guys back in the building. I think February, whatever, I saw him. He was an off-season award winner. I think you feel confidence. Obviously we have the right to, adjust some things. And so we're going to keep him at starting left tackle right now. We talked to Nate and said, Nate needs to show us a little bit more consistent play to push for that. And so I know we had told you guys about the rotation, so Tyler will stay at left tackle. Excited to see how Nate handles that challenge, but Tyler's playing really, really well.
Tyler's playing really, really well. I'm going to ask you, and I'm only talking to Cowboy fans here. I don't want haters calling up. I'm talking about Cowboy fans, and maybe I'd like to talk to you realists out there, you 1 in 10, who are fans, but can see through the trick mirrors, can see what's going on, and understand where the Cowboys really are. We're not going to jump on any bandwagons yet. We see what it is. What was and what remains your primary concern? Is my concern misplaced? Should I really be focusing more on this defensive line and be worried about, should we go get a Max Crosby to take it one step further to really make sure that no matter what happens on the offensive line, the defense will hold it. The defense will keep them under 20. You don't have to do hardly anything if you go get a War Daddy defensive end. Or should I be more of a realist and go, maybe we should be focusing on this offensive line. Maybe even though you're comfortable with Nate and you're comfortable with Guyton, and maybe that should really be the crux of what we should be focusing on, and not the window dressing that is the new defensive coordinator, the new defensive safety, the new guys that we spent all this money on that should have already been addressed, that we've already fixed it. Can you tell me that you're comfortable with Guyton, Smith, Beebe, Booker, and Steele? Is that going to be the line that wins 12 games? That keeps the sacks under 20? And more important than anything else, wards off what we feel like is almost imminent, that every other year injury that Dak has dealt with his entire career. Do we have that one little extra that's going to make sure that Dak is standing up through this season instead of limping around and standing on the sidelines watching Joe Melton sling it? I think I want to know from you, what am I misplaced here? Are we focusing on the wrong subject? Because it's easy? Because that's where the attention was all off season? Or should we really be looking at, man, oh man, this offensive line, we're 3 years into this. We're 2 years into the Schottenheimer. We're 3.5, 4 years into this rebuild from the time Tyron left and we had the retirements and all the other kind of stuff, that all those guys that were brought in to fill in, they're fully grown, fully aged adults. These guys should be there. This is 2-3 years that these guys have been playing together. They should already be there, and we still don't know. We still have our head coach naming a guy that should maybe be worried about his life as an NFL player, much less or much more than his start. Start? Dude, we couldn't even put you on the field last year. Maybe I'm misplaced. We hope to, we're going to call Jason Minix, see if we can wake him up and get his perspective next. Don't forget, Dr. Garrett's just around the corner. This is going to be of great importance to you guys that have kids that are starting off, whether they're doing their very first two-a-days in high school or junior high, or you got your kids going off to volleyball and practicing, or in the band and doing all the physical activity. Dr. Garrett's going to tell you how to keep your kids fresh, keep their bodies right as this season begins, and he'll be here in just about 15 minutes to do that. I want to thank everybody on the Brigade Bar. We are going to be giving away a free a gift card to our Brigade Bar today. So if you're a new one on there, if you get on there and like and subscribe and all that, that's good. But say something extravagant, extraordinary, and we'll pull somebody off the Brigade Bar that's on at the end of the show at about 8:45, and we're going to give away I've got a great gift card to Starbucks for you guys that want to get some free coffee, and it's a big one. It's more than just one cup. It's about $40 worth, so that's like 1.5, right? We're going to continue with that. Dr. Garrett in 15 minutes next, we hope. This is AJ and Rob, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Talk to the boys. 210-656-3776. This is the AJ and Rob Show. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute, pretty much in good shape. All our major freeway systems are rolling at posted speeds. Now, we do have a stall at 35 southbound at Schwab Road that's off to the right shoulder. I-10 eastbound Graytown, another disabled vehicle, right shoulder blocked, and another at I-10 eastbound FM 1516. Noticing about a 15-minute commute along 1604 northbound Culebra on up to FM 1560 Housen. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
If you miss The Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Frank Caliendo here on The Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, people know me because of the sports impression. The Charles Barkley, that's terrible. They got those tiny little ladies in San Antonio. See, I made it so it wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I did the opposite. I did the tiny little ladies. They got those tiny little ladies that I talk about this on the internet, how much certain people sound, they're similar. And when these voices are like magic tricks. But if you take Kermit the Frog, hi ho Kermit the Frog here, or Fozzie Bear, waka waka waka, that's a nasal voice and a throat voice. But if you take Kermit the Frog, hi ho Kermit the Frog, and you bring it down a little bit, becomes John C. Reilly. Did you touch my drumstick? And if you add a little Texas, you get Patrick Mahomes. You know,
Right Home with The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
If alcohol or drug use is hurting you or someone you love, you are not alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. There is help, there is hope. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741 or visit cicada.org.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we're celebrating our 50th year of the Hunters Extravaganza. Join us in San Antonio August 7th through 9th. Come see Gator Country, Heart of Texas snake handlers, enter the deer competition, and compete in the annual indoor 3D archery tournament. Discover the latest hunting gear and apparel, book hunts, and find everything you need for the hunt. The Hunters Extravaganza, brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association. Get tickets at ttha.com.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In other Cowboys news, tight end Princeton Font suffered an ACL and partial MCL. He's out for the foreseeable future. Doctors are hopeful and optimistic he's going to make a full recovery. Finally, in the college football news, the 2026 coaches poll was released. Ohio State took number 1. Oregon, Georgia, and Texas quickly to follow. Notre Dame 5. Texas A&M at 8. Oklahoma 9th. Texas Tech at 12th. SMU 20th. And Houston ranked 24th. Remember, Ohio State travels to Texas on September the 12th in an early season showdown. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I need you guys to do me a favor. You're probably following Jason Minix on one of the socials, whether you're a friend with him on Facebook or Twitter, or I think he TikToks, I don't know. But if you are, you can pop into his DMs. I want everybody to go get on his socials and tell him to wake up. I want him to wake up to everybody telling him to wake up. And if you have his number, I'm not going to give it out, text him. I'm not being jealous and petty, but I'm being jealous and petty. So if he's not answering. I think he has spent too much time at the legendary bar, the one that is calling my name as we sit, the bar that has this inescapable. It's hard to smell like urine and seawater at the same time. Those sea breezes blasting through the pea smell is really one of the best and my favorite things about camp. And I think he probably had a little bit too much of that. So if you have your socials and you can get on that, feel free. We got people coming. Dr. Jason Garrett's here in just a couple minutes. We're going to talk rehab, injuries, and all the things that a roster can do for you. And a great resource for you parents who have got your kids. Maybe it's their first time they were going to practice and doing two-a-days and doing that extenuating physical activity, and how you can help them keep their bodies right. Recover and be ready for the next practice, because it matters right about now, and the heat's certainly going to play a role in that. And Dr. Garrett's a great resource, as is Arasti. He'll be in just a couple of minutes. And I just got a text from Alvin Perry. He's coming. Hey, if y'all are friends of Alvin, yeah, man, he's coming. And he's saying he's getting some texts, so we're glad they're being reached out. If you don't know who Alvin is, find him on your socials, Instagram, wherever it might be. Great San Antonio young comic, just kind of making his bones, and he's on his way. And you're going to be able to say, I knew him when. I heard him way back when, before he's got his Netflix specials and TV stuff. Alvin Perry's going to be here in just about 20 minutes. We're excited that he's going to be here. And we'll do our Hollywood stuff at 9:30 as well. I want to give away some tickets right now. The Texas Trophy Hunters Extravaganza is coming up this weekend. It's down at the Joe Freeman. It is one of those, in San Antonio, we have those signpost events that when it happens, the next thing's about to come. For me, Texas Trophy Hunter is that first thing that says, hunting season's here. The September weekend when we can start pulling the trigger on some quail and dove is just around the corner, depending on whether you're north or south. Deer season, football season's all coming. And the first of that is the Texas Trophy Hunters Extravaganza. And I'm going to talk to those people that have never been to this thing. If you are an outdoors type, if you've ever endeavored to walk through beautiful South Texas or wherever you might be and need like snake boots, if you've ever loaded a rifle and shot at something, if you've ever wanted to load a rifle and shoot at something, if you've ever thought, boy, it'd be nice to have a ghillie suit, or more importantly, boy, it'd be nice to see guys wrangle rattlesnakes, all of those can be met this weekend. It's a lot of fun, man. If you haven't been down to it, I like to say, if they don't got it, you don't need it. It's that kind of extravaganza. Everything you could possibly need for your outdoor life, especially you hunters. I can't recommend it enough. It's like going to the toy store and buying those things that your parents wouldn't buy you way before. We got some tickets for you. So get on the phone, 656-3776, 656-ESPN, and be caller number 6. We've been pretty busy tonight. We're not going to go too long. So caller number 6, you're going to get the free tickets. I don't know what day it's for. They're going to tell you then. But if it is possible for any day, I'm going to be out there on Friday from 3 to 5. So come out and see me. Let's look around and play with the rattlesnakes and all the other stuff. And
it's August 7th through the 9th.
So that's what I'll be out there on the 7th. So, if you want to come by and say howdy, we'll be all set up. I can't wait to meet you guys. So caller number 6, go to the Texas Trophy Hunters Extravaganza on us. And coming back, let's break a little bit early because I want to talk to Dr. Garrett. We got an injury in Cowboy camp, and we got your kids going off to practices this week, and we're going to discuss them both with a highly paid medical expert and Dr. Jason Garrett of Rasta. He is just around the corner. Hold on tight. This is going to help you out. You're on 94.1, and this is San Antonio Sports Star.
The guys will be out back.
Stop hitting it so hard.
I mean, right back. This is the AJ and Rob Show.
You know, so many of us live in pain. So many of us deal with things that, quite frankly, just keep us out of life. If you've ever passed up an invitation because, man, you just knew your feet were going to hurt too much, or your back was so sore you just couldn't get out of the house, or, man, I can't do the honeydews this weekend because my shoulder is frozen yet again. If you're living that life, stop. There's a fix out there. I've used it. So many of my friends have used Orasti to get themselves back in the game because there's no other way to say it. It works. If you're dealing with soft tissue injuries, sprains or strains, you got a frozen shoulder, you got that back tenseness that just tightens up and won't let you go, Orasti can fix you and fix you fast. Under 4 visits for most. You know, when you go to an Orasti provider, there's a couple things you need to know. They accept most insurances. And here's the best thing. You can call them today and see them today, so you never need a referral. Here's the number you need. It's 1-800-404-6050. Their hands-on approach is going to get you fixed. Did you know over 99% of Orasti patients would happily recommend Orasti to their friends and family? Why? Because it works. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. I want you to call Orasti today and let them fix you. And when they do, and they will, I want you to come on by and thank me later.
San Antonio Sports Star is sending our boys to see the boys. Our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California continues all this week. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
It's August and the kids are going back to school, but the parents are going back in time because at Low T Center, they are turning back the clock and bringing the energy and vitality of your youth back. If you've been dealing with low energy, low sex drive, or a lack of motivation, those are telltale signs of low testosterone. So don't ignore it. Go to Synergenicshealth.com and book your free T-test today. And if you qualify for treatment, they accept insurance. Don't delay. Go to Synergenicshealth.com.
This is Officer Green with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring. Are you interested in a rewarding career that offers great pay, benefits, respect, and a chance to make a difference? Then visit sapdcareers.com if you are looking for a career with opportunities. The SAPD is looking for qualified applicants committed to keeping the Alamo City safe. This is your chance to make a difference. Become one of San Antonio's finest. Visit sapdcareers.com. For eligibility requirements, visit sapdcareers.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more.
Come on in. It's that time of the week, the house call. Twisted Steel and sex appeal. Enough about me, though. Let's welcome on Dr. Jason Garrett of Veracity. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Just you and me today, huh?
It's a
duet.
Yeah, we're a little tete-a-tete. AJ hugging the porcelain god this morning. We don't know if he had Taco Bell or not, but we expect him back fully functioning tomorrow. I've been talking about, we'll get into some of the training camp injuries are stacking now. And it's the typicals, the quads, the hams. We had a couple of MCL blows. But I want to talk about people that have kids that are going back to practice, football practice or volleyball practice, the traditional fall sports that are kind of getting into it for the first time or just starting the practices. And what's your advice to the family, the parents, when the kids are coming home from practice? What's the best thing they can do to keep their bodies right? The steps you take every day just to make sure you're as healthy as possible to get yourself back into practice.
So we'll talk about next year right now. Start getting in shape early, get flexible, all those things. Assuming that's done or not done, and assuming they haven't tweaked something, the most important thing, especially for teenage kids, is good sleep. They need more sleep than we do, and that's when their body recovers. So if they're not getting good sleep, if they're on their phone doing all things and they're dehydrated, drinking energy drinks, not hydrating properly, not getting good nutrition, then they are going to have some tweaks coming up, or they're not going to perform well at their best. So making sure you get lots of hydration, get some electrolytes, and make sure you get plenty of sleep. That would probably be my best advice. Then all the other things are manageable after that.
One of the little things that everybody has to kind of learn what their body is like. But for me, the toughest thing from adjusting to off-season to on-season was eating. Finding the time to eat right, eating right, and making sure I was consistent about it. If I'm taking care of a kid and I'm trying to feed him the right stuff, what's the best thing I can feed him on a regular basis? And when should they eat before practice? Those little things that, that do matter that a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah, from a performance standpoint, we'll get into the type of food in a second, but you want to eat a couple hours before practice. If you eat too close to practice, one, your stomach's going to get upset. You may end up on the porcelain toilet like your co-host there, because it's just things are going to come up the wrong way, and you're going to feel terrible. If you don't eat recently enough, you're not going to have the energy, not going to have the carbs. So if you haven't eaten enough, then just get some simple carbohydrates in you right before. But generally, just try to eat a balanced meal. Eat a lot of protein, significant amount of protein. Limit anything that is fried, anything over-processed, sugary. Eliminate those things because that hurts your recovery and makes you crash. And then eat healthy vegetables. So, you want to make sure good protein, lean things, good vegetables. As a kid, probably even more carbohydrates, but good ones like potatoes, sweet potatoes. They definitely need that fuel for when they're young.
All right, let's talk about the pros that have gone back to work, and we're starting to see those typical injuries. Those that have been lingering and those that are kind of starting to show up. When you start hearing of the injuries and you hear quads and hamstrings, what's the one as a rehab specialist like you, when you hear it, you go, oh, we got to pay attention to that? What's the first thing that you go, this is one that, it's not just typical soreness, we need to address it? Is it always the hamstring, or is there something else when you hear, you go, okay, we got to pay extra to this?
Yeah, I think so. Hamstrings, from our perspective, are very easy to manage because they're usually predictable. You know what caused it, you know how to treat it. So from my perspective, those are not a big deal. Quad pulls, not so much either. It's the groin pulls and the calf pulls. Groin pulls, because it's not just one muscle. You have multiple muscles in your groin. Sometimes it's a hip flexor, and that's usually an indication of a bigger imbalance. Hamstrings, quads, it's like you sprinted too fast, you started too slow, whatever it was. But when you have a groin injury, that damages your lateral stability, which means more likely to have a knee injury. When you have a calf injury, those tend to feel pretty good quickly, but then totally unravel, or they turn into an Achilles tear. So those are the ones that I get way more concerned about than versus hamstrings and quads.
He is Dr. Jason Garrett of Veracity. Stops by every week to give us the advice on how to get ourselves back in the game. That's what Veracity does. Okay, let's talk about some of the more the injury that everybody's talking about, of course, around here is Micah Parsons up in Green Bay, saying that, he had the injury back in December, blew the ACL back then, and he intimated yesterday that week 6 is possible, if not probable. What are your thoughts? You think that he could be ready in about a month, 3 months or so?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good timeline. So he's already been out about 7, maybe almost 8 months, 7 months or so since the injury. And 10 months is really probably the realistic timeline for most NFL players to make a comeback. Anything before that, it's been done before. You've had running backs come back and break the record. But it's not very wise. So the fact that they want to keep him around for a few more years, waiting to the 10 to the 11 month is probably when he's about 100% recovered. Usually 12 months are mentally recovered. So if they get him mentally prepared for it during month 10 and 11, and they can accelerate that process, physically he's going to be fine, but trusting the knee is going to be the issue.
Outside of football, news out of the Dodgers camp is Ohtani, with his knee injury, is going to begin playing catch next week. That certainly sounds like a baby step. I mean, I know that Scooble's there and he can, they might have bought him some more time, but what's your thought on him even being able to pitch before the end of the year? When we're just talking about playing catch the first week of August, prospects of September throws doesn't seem very good to me, does it?
It's not great. I mean, it's pretty easy to throw a baseball even with a bad knee. I think anytime you have a guy that is that valuable from a financial standpoint, how much money they put into him and how much of a unicorn he really is, they're going to baby every single injury to not risk that investment, because he is unique. He is special. He's like a Wemby in baseball. He's one of those guys that we've never seen before. So any little injury they're trying to prevent to become a bigger one. He's already had the UCL tear and recovered from that. So if he was a normal athlete, if he was like you or me, we would probably be playing by now and just push through the pain. But I think they're just being hyper cautious.
One last, and this, I don't know if there's any causation here, but probably not. Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver with the 49ers. Remember was it last year before, he got shot and he couldn't start. Now he blew his PCL. He's got another injury. He hurt his PCL last year, and they think this knee injury, whatever it is, he's having surgery and he's out for the year. Now, I'd always heard that the PCL, if you're going to tear one, that's the one to tear. Is that an appropriate thing to say?
Yeah, because the PCL, what prevents the motion forward is your quadricep and your quad tendon. So it basically can take on all the pressure of the PCL. The ACL, it's your hamstrings that support the ACL from your tibia sliding forward. When you tear your ACL, your leg becomes completely unstable. 70% of the time, you're going to need surgery. There's about 30% of high-end athletes that don't need it. Pretty much all of them get it just in case because they can't tell who's going to need it or not. PCL, you can tear it, let it scar back down. So the fact that he's torn it before, tore it again, there's probably some more stuff going on there, probably some meniscus damage that they're going to go and clean up, because the PCL by itself, you don't need it, and it'll just scar back together and function pretty well.
And do you think, is it causality that because the other tendons might have to take on more work, that it's more likely to get hurt, or is that not really the issue?
Maybe. I think it's really hard to just tear a PCL because it's so embedded deep in there. So that means there probably are other structures that were damaged with it, and they probably didn't heal well. So the PCL is the thing that's torn. Other things are inflamed, they're irritated, probably some minor tears here and there that don't necessarily show up on the MRI, but they're definitely impacting his function.
He is Dr. Jason Garrett. He got here on the Buyer's Barricade guest line. Hey, Doc, it's always a pleasure. How's your rehab going? How you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, I've got one useful arm, so still pushing along.
Well, let me tell you, anybody who's met Garrett knows that one useful arm is better than most of y'all's too. He stops by every week with his house call. Thank him very much. Thanks, Doc. We'll talk to you next week. Hey, we have got a guest around the corner. He's sitting right next to me. His name's Alvin Perry, a stand-up comic that's making his name here in San Antonio. Trust me, you're going to be happy you're here. He's going to be here just on the other side. I can't wait for this. This is the AJ and Rob Show. You figure out who this is. We're going to talk with Alvin next. We'll be right back here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Powell. KTFM Floresville, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute, pretty much in good shape. All our major freeway systems are rolling at posted speeds. Now, we do have a stall at 35 southbound at Schwab Road that's off to the right shoulder. I-10 eastbound Graytown, another disabled vehicle, right shoulder blocked, and another at I-10 eastbound FM 1516. Noticing about a 15-minute commute along 1604 northbound Calabria on up to FM 1560 Houseman. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it will be day 3 for the Dallas Cowboys here at training camp to work out in pads.
We don't know which player, but a current Cowboy player will join us around 3:45-ish.
And has the mayor opened her mouth again and said something, well, dumb?
Probably. We'll have the latest on The Blitz starting at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation.
A heavy foot can cost you a heavy fine or more. Speeding is a factor in 150,000 crashes every year in Texas, so always follow the speed limit. And if there's bad weather or road construction ahead, slow down. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Football season is here. 2026 UTSA Roadrunners football season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $110. Secure your seats for all 6 home games at the Alamo Dome, including Navy, Colorado State, and North Texas. Got a big group? Bring your school, business, church, or organization and enjoy exclusive experiences like on-field access, the High Five Tunnel, video board recognition, and more. Learn more at GoUTSA.com. That's GoUTSA.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice: talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Any city. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NFL at Dallas Cowboys training camp, Brian Schottenheimer, head coach up there in Oxnard, told the press yesterday that the left tackle competition is already over. Tyler Guyton has taken the starting spot over Nate Thomas. We'll see what that means soon enough. In other Cowboys news, tight end Princeton Font suffered an ACL and partial MCL. He's out for the foreseeable future. Doctors are hopeful and optimistic he's going to make a full recovery. In Major League Baseball, it's better to be lucky than good. The Texas Rangers busted that 6-game losing streak 5-4 as Ezekiel Duran drove in 4 runs, the last of which was a ground rule double, ending the game. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, This is the AJ and Rob Show with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, giddy up. It's the AJ and Rob Show. It's Wednesday. It's 9 o'clock. You better be busy. If you're not, I'm glad you're with us. I'm Rob. No AJ today. He'll be back tomorrow. I've been talking about this all day. I've been looking forward to it for a couple weeks. I first saw this, our guest, he's in studio. I first saw him on the socials, I guess about a year ago. Maybe a little. I'm not all in on the social medias, but, you know, part of my line of work. And I doom scroll like everybody else. And I started seeing my guest here. His name is Alvin Perry, San Antonio's own. Let's say something real quick. See if we can get your mic there. Oh, there he is. Look at that.
Something real quick.
That's it. That's Alvin Perry. I saw him I didn't know you were a stand-up. I just thought you were funny.
Oh, okay.
And then the more I started following you, I saw that you were doing some stand-up work. And then you reached a couple other things. And then I saw a story on – somebody came and did a story on you about I don't know who it was that was floating around. And I found out more about you, and I wanted to get to know you.
What was the story about?
They were talking to you. I don't know what it was, but you were kind of getting interviewed, I think.
Oh, I've been interviewed a couple of times. But I used to do a lot of community work also.
Maybe that's what it was about, but it kind of got into your backstory, and it kind of intrigued me, and I wanted to make sure everybody knew about you because I think that there's a future here. I think you got something. So I'd like to welcome you on. This is Alvin Perry, San Antonio's own. He's a comic, and you got a I'll say it now. You got your own gig coming up that you're selling tickets for coming up in October.
Comedy special, Dreams to Reality.
And Dreams to Reality is what I want to talk about. So first of all, welcome on. If you guys have anything to say, you know him, you want to shout him out, 656-3776. If you want to watch him live, you can go to our YouTube feed at sasportstar.com and you can check him out and see and comment there. And now, first of all, your stories.
Wait a minute. Normally this is the AJ and Rob show.
Yes, no AJ today.
Okay, today is the AP.
That's
and
right.
Rob show.
That's right. You lead billing. You are the AP, and for good reason, man. You're on your way up. So, but your story is one of a bit of redemption.
Yeah, it is.
You're doing stand up now. How long you been doing it?
14 years.
Now, prior to that, what were you doing?
I was selling drugs.
and you paid the price, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
So tell us about what happened. You went to high school at Sam Houston.
I went to Sam Houston High School.
And then found the streets. And tell us how you went from that to here.
Well, I was already in the streets while I was in high school, but I got kicked out of school, which pushed me further into the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to prison twice before I started doing comedy. And
did the comedy keep you safe? Keep you out of trouble?
It saved
keep them laughing?
It saved my life. And that's part of my story and my comedy jokes. So prior to me getting into comedy, I had already been to prison twice. And people would always tell me you should do comedy because I was funny, but I never knew how to formulate jokes or even knew exactly what a comedian did.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a comedy show one day, shout out to Little Randy, and I was like, I'm funnier than these guys, you know. I just didn't think they was funny. So I was like, man, can I get on stage? And I didn't think he was going to let me get up there, but like about 10 minutes later, he was like, man, don't embarrass me. And I went up there and I killed it, and you know, laughter is euphoric, so I wanted to keep doing that. So that's what I've been doing.
And that was 14 years ago.
Yeah, but I went to prison after that.
All right.
I went to prison. I started in March. I went to prison in July.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in prison for 15 months. So while I was in prison, I was in state jail, Dominguez State Jail. And I was like, man, I'm gonna do comedy. That's what I'm going to do when I get out.
Now, I saw something you just posted it this week, and I think it was you were trying to convince somebody in your life that it was okay that you quit your job.
Yeah.
That you were moving on.
And I convinced her.
And how's it going so far?
It's going good. It started off rough. So I quit my job 2 years ago, like almost 2 years ago, from the 1st of August. And my wife, she's been supportive, but like the first 8 months, I didn't.
Mm-hmm. It was starving comic.
It was. I wasn't paying credit card bills and light bill and water.
That'll make you get up and go to work.
Yeah, so I ended up starting my own handyman service to support me. But things picked up because at that time I had just been voted the best comedian in San Antonio through the SA Current,
mm-hmm.
and I was the first black person to win that. I had just performed my biggest show ever at the Empire Theater, so I was feeling I was on a high. And then God was like, "Let me show you what the low looks like."
And how long was the low? How long did it go through?
It was for 8 months, and then so last year I wasn't shooting a comedy special, but I was doing a big show that ended up not being so big. It was called Bigger in Texas. So that was supposed to be at Empire Theater, and we didn't sell enough tickets, so we ended up putting it at the Comedy Club. And we still had 2 sold-out shows, which is how people started seeing more videos from me because I started promoting the show more. But, God had to humble me. It was like, hey, man, you think you all that. You ain't even got nowhere yet.
And here we sit. All right. So one of the things that I found most funny about you is you have a perspective on the city of San Antonio.
Oh, yes,
I mean,
sir.
for those of us, and we're getting rarer and rarer, those of us that have roots, that really, born here, know what neighborhoods are like, know where to be, know the type of people coming. Because the joke for me has always been, I'm going to judge you by the high school you went to.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get past that. No matter where it went, I'm going to immediately have an impression on you.
Yeah.
And I think most of us growing up there, and your perspective is such that I just want to throw out parts of town, and I want you to tell me what your first thought is. Like if I say Marbach, 410, what comes to mind?
Well, it depends because there's Maybach, which I call Maybach. It depends on how far down Marbach you go. It's nice, but in a certain section from, I think it's not Ellison, well, whatever it is, it's raggedy.
Okay, so when we talk raggedy, and we've got let's go to the raggedy neighborhoods. Marbach's one of them. Your neighborhood is another one. What do you call your neighborhood? The Hill? Where are you from?
Well, just the East Side.
Did you call it near
I'm
East
from
Side?
East Terrace, though.
Oh, okay. Call it out. Now we've got that neighborhood. What in your mind is the roughest neighborhood in town? What's the one that even the rougher ones go? I ain't going down there.
The roughest? Woo. It depends on the year. But the but the Lincoln Courts is still around, and the reason why I say the Lincoln Courts because if you was from the East Side, you couldn't even go to the Lincoln Courts. And so I have a story real quick. I was at a girl's house in the Lincoln Courts, and I used to have to take my gun when I went anyway. And she lived upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember somebody climbed up the little fire escape and was knocking on the windows. And I never experienced that before. And I was like, I got to get out of here. And I've never been over there since. Yeah, that's one of them places like if you ain't known around there, you shouldn't be around there.
Okay, so we've got the Lincoln Courts. You ever? When I came up, I grew up on the southwest side. We always talked about Lincoln, Wheatley Courts. I'm right next to Indian Creek.
Okay.
So where is Indian Creek and Valley High lay in the neighborhood?
Indian Creek is high on the hood.
Very high on the thug life hood scale.
Yeah.
In your mind, when you were coming up on in the Sam Houston area, did you ever think I'm gonna move over here? I'm gonna live someplace else outside of it. Like I'm gonna move to Stone Oak. I want to move to
well,
Live
it was
Oak.
coming from where I came from. It was a big deal living on the northeast side.
That was where you're moving out, moving.
Yeah. So if you lived in Sunrise before they started calling it Gunrise, we thought you was rich. It was a big deal to us to live in Kirby, Sunrise, Dover.
Mm-hmm.
When they built Dover, all that's going out towards Converse. But it was a big deal to live in those areas.
Now, before you met your girl, before you got married, was there a side of town that you wanted to meet the girl from there? That was the ones you wanted to date.
A lot of my girlfriends from the northeast side, but my baby mama is from. She went to Taft. She's from Grissom Road, that area over there.
That's the other side of town, man.
So if you had a girlfriend outside of the east side, period, it was kind of a big deal for us.
Would you bring them back, or would you just go there?
No, I would bring her back. And one time I took a girl to a vacant apartment. She was like, I'm not out.
Did she stay?
No.
Well, maybe she wasn't. That is Alvin Perry. He is sitting in with us today. He's not going anywhere. If you knew him, if you want to talk to him, you want to get to know him. Now, your show's coming up at the Woodlawn Theater. At October
the 17th.
And if I wanted to buy tickets, how would I go about that?
You can go to my website, comedianalvinperry.com.
Comedian Alvin Perry. I'm looking at it right now.
Woodlawn's website, too.
Either way, that's coming up. He's not going anywhere unless can you hang for another 15 minutes or so?
I ain't going nowhere.
Alvin, be right back. We're going to continue talking with him. We also have a Double Dong Challenge just around the corner. You want to win a pair of tickets and a hotel room to go see the Texas Rangers, who, by the way, won last night. Hang on tight. All you got to do is pick the guy that's going to hit the homers. We're going to do that just on the other side. This is AJ and Rob, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The AJ and Rob Show. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with some good news. Just cleared that accident on I-10 westbound, the off-ramp to Loop 410 clear. 90 westbound, just past Nogalitos, disabled vehicle off to the left shoulder. On 1604 southbound, the off-ramp to Calabria, they have picked up that debris in the roadway. Now, if you guys see something that we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Star is sending our boys to see the boys. Our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California continues all this week. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Try the new Crispy Chicken Chipotle Bacon Melt Burrito. Loaded with Chipotle seasoned bacon. A brand new classic at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV. Or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built America's financial foundation on sound money, later embodied by the gold standard. But we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have seen inflation erode the dollar's value. What's the foundation of your savings? Is it gold or something that can be devalued? Hi, it's Dr. Ron Paul, and I encourage you to speak with my friends at Birch Gold Group by diversifying an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Learn more by requesting a free info kit on gold IRAs. Just text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Let Birch Gold help you build your foundation with gold. Text the word SECURE to the number 98.
It is the AP and Rob show. Alvin Perry's sitting in here. Now, AJ was scheduled to be here, as he is every day, and is not, but Alvin Perry, stand-up comic, local guy, sitting in today. Got a show coming up at the Woodlawn Theater in October. I want you to go see him. He's funny. And if you've seen him if you haven't started follow him, you're on every one of them. Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. That's my domains, and I see you there. So make sure you're following him.
Comedian Alvin Perry.
Comedian Alvin Perry. Make sure you're catching up. You're funny, man. The stuff you throw out there, it's worth a listen, worth a watch. And we were talking in the break. So you came out of high school in 2000, early 2000, 98, right? And you're of that age. And I was asking, was there a comedian? Was there somebody that you saw early on, not before even before you thought you'd be a stand-up, that you thought, man, that guy's funny?
Yeah.
Who was it?
It was Damian Wayans, actually. When I say Eddie Murphy Richards, but Damian Wayans, he was like, his stand-up was hilarious, but he also did like these characters, in Living Color and all that in the movies he played. He played a huge part in like me wanting to be funny.
How long does it take to distill an idea into a joke? Does it immediate, like you see it, I can form it, or is it something that has to be molded and crafted over days until you finally get it just right?
For me, it can be in that moment,
right?
But sometimes I've perfected jokes over the years, but in that moment, I can see something funny, and I'm like, I can make a joke out of that.
Are you a reactionary comic? Is it something, see something in stage and you're going to go that direction, even though you might have your hard, solid
sometimes
there?
Yeah, sometimes,
How hard is it to take that step? How hard is it to go, I'm going to go off script and let's just go do this? Or is that the easiest thing about it?
Oh, no, it depends on how you normally go. For me, if it's something that, catches my eye, my attention, then I'm going to immediately go to it. But it depends on how you flow. Sometimes you don't want to get too off track. And
because you got a time limit, you got to get in there stuff you need to work on and all that. Yeah. How long? Now, an act is an act. How long do you tell a joke? How long do you hold on to a joke before you move on and start adding more material?
Oh, in comedy, some people tell the same joke forever. And never.
And we all know that, but there is a lifespan, and some guys.
For me, like right now, the jokes that I've been telling for about 2-3 years, and I'm starting to push them out of my mind, like subconsciously, like I don't even know how, and I keep on forgetting jokes, but what it is like my mind is telling me to do new jokes,
and it's hard to give up the ones that are going to hit for ones that you got to form.
Like one of my most popular jokes, like I want to stop doing it, but I don't want to say it's the best joke I have, but it's definitely the best reaction I get from it. Yeah,
part of me wants me to go into it, but I want them to pay to see that. You know what I mean?
I send it to you.
I want everybody to pay to see that. Now, when you're traveling around, when you're out of town, what's the primary difference between stand-up audiences here or the ones that you perform at, and when you go elsewhere, maybe Houston or Austin or someplace else? Is it a different type of crowd? Do you have to bring a different mindset?
Yes, sometimes. Different cities do have different culture of comedy. I mean, even Austin is totally different from San Antonio. And in some places, like I was in Oakland, and they're more of a raw style of comedy. Want you to probably be more raunchy and everything else. So if you're just kind of like Jerry Seinfeld, they probably won't feel you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How would you define your show? Is it raucous? Would you rather it be that way, where it's loud and a lot of activity, a lot of reaction?
I do everything at once. I'm a ball of everything in comedy.
All right. And the reason I ask is some guys, you can get out of hand. You can lose your audience if you go a little crazy.
Well, see, now I ain't never lost the audience.
There you go.
Now I ain't never did bad. I've never bombed, but I have done bad before.
And when you walk off and you've had one of those bad performances, how does it feel?
It used to eat me up.
Uh-huh.
I seen Eddie Murphy and Jerry Seinfeld had an interview, and they was talking about bombing when they was famous, so it made me feel better. Like, oh, it's not so bad. You know, they don't do good all the time.
When you bomb, is it your fault or the audience's?
It's your fault.
Seriously,
it's your fault. Well, when I go out of town, what I realize is that I can take these jokes anywhere. It always makes me feel good when people that don't know, because a lot of times people in the audience here, but other places you don't know nobody. So when those people laugh and they come up to you and tell you, man, you funny, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, that pop is the reason you keep coming back to work. Now, you want to see him. You have any shows in between now and Woodlawn?
Tonight, I have a lot of shows.
Well, let's hear it.
Yeah, tonight I'll be at the Ride, which is one of our newer comedy clubs. It's downtown. It's 606 North Presser. Saturday I'll be in Pasadena, Texas.
Pasadena?
Yeah, I'll be.
That's a crowd.
I'll be in Pasadena. I've never been to Pasadena.
That's country, boy.
Yeah.
You're getting into some country.
I went on tour with a guy last year. We went to Springtown, Texas, Sulphur, Oklahoma, Kingston, Oklahoma. Population like 2,500 people. The smallest place we went to was Golden, Missouri, and it's 275 people. And everywhere we went, once we left Texas, I was the only black person.
I was going to say, Golden, Missouri, you might have been the little bit of pepper and the congregation of salt in that one.
Shell Knob, Owensville, Missouri, and I think the other one was like Gainesville.
What's the strangest thing that's happened to you on the road?
On the road?
The weird owner, weird set.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Actually.
Well,
nothing.
That's good.
Oh well, you know when we got to Kingston, it's called the Texahoma Southern Saloon. When I walked in, like you know how the record,
everything stopped,
and everybody started looking at me, and but it was cool, you know. Like I had never experienced that before. Everybody was looking because like I said I was the only black person. And one of the guys, he was already drunk. It was one of the places like on TV, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. He was already drunk, and he was leaning all on me, talking to me. But once we started telling jokes and they started laughing, everybody was cool.
He is Alvin Perry. He's a stand-up comic making his name here in San Antonio. Go to his site, comedianalvinperry.com. Buy those tickets. It's coming up on Woodlawn. He's going to be at the Riot tonight downtown.
8 o'clock.
Follow him on the socials. You're going to be able to say at some point, I knew him when. That's Alvin Perry. Thank you so much for stopping by, brother.
I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. We look forward to having you back. We look forward to having you back. The AP, AJ, and Rob show. I'll take up back billing on that one. Alvin Perry here now. Jason Minix will be here next as we talk Dallas Cowboy training camp. We got some Hollywood news coming your direction as well. And finally, the Double Dong Challenge. It's all in your future, so your past is forgotten. We'll be right back. It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The AJ and Rob Show. Be a part of the show. 210-656-3776. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it will be day 3 for the Dallas Cowboys here at training camp to work out in pads.
We don't know which player, but a current Cowboy player will join us around 3:45-ish.
And has the mayor opened her mouth again and said something, well, dumb?
Probably. We'll have the latest on The Blitz starting at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nigel, why are you wearing a backpack?
I'm going back to school.
Folks, when your AC decides to flunk out or your home's plumbing is stuck in detention, you don't have to worry. At Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating, our technicians are certified with all the latest technology and can fix any plumbing or AC issue fast and at a fair price because you deserve the A-plus service.
Gotta go, Joel. We're studying paper mache. I might have to pull an all-nighter.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141-074-E-M16004.
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was fired today. Ippei Mitsuhara ran up gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation.
The inside story of the biggest scandal in modern baseball.
He was absolutely bananas, the amount of bets he was making. I've never seen anything like it.
From 30 for 30 podcasts, this is The Betrayal of Shohei Ohtani.
Presented by Gusto. Episodes 1 and 2 available now. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we're celebrating our 50th year of the Hunters Extravaganza. Join us in San Antonio August 7th through 9th. Come see Gator Country, Heart of Texas snake handlers, enter the deer competition, and compete in the annual indoor 3D archery tournament. Discover the latest hunting gear and apparel, book hunts, and find everything you need for the hunt. The Hunters Extravaganza, brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association. Get tickets at ttha.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice: talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
They say 40 is the new 20 because guys in their 40s, 50s, and 60s have the testosterone levels of their 20s. If you want the energy, drive, and libido of your younger self, go to Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Book your free T-test at synergenicshealth.com.
Still using the I got a guy approach for your digital marketing? Relying on one person in today's rapidly shifting online landscape is costing you more in lost opportunities. You need the deep bench expertise of Conrex Digital. We provide more than just a presence. We deliver results. From high converting websites and SEO to engaging social content and lead generation on Google and Meta, we handle it all. Dominate your competition with expert programmatic and streaming TV campaigns. Bold marketing, real results. Visit conrexdigital.com. Conrex Digital makes it happen.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Green Bay Packer edge rusher Micah Parsons expects to be back sooner than later from his ACL injury and possibly in week 6 when the Dallas Cowboys come to the frozen tundra. He said it's very realistic. He suffered the ACL on December the 14th last season and underwent surgery on December the 29th. Lots of money being thrown around the league as the Falcons running back Bijan Robinson got a 3-year, $75 million extension, including $51 million guaranteed. He's the highest paid running back ever to walk the planet. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good luck.
AJ Hoffman, Rob Thompson. The AJ and Rob Show is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, we're bringing this boat into the dock. Easy does it. It's AJ and Rob, well, minus the AJ. It was AP, Alvin Perry. Well, thank him so much for stopping by. Don't forget, it's comedianalvinperry.com. His show's coming up in October. That's going to feed the bulldog. His work continues. He's going to be down at Riot tonight downtown if you want to go check out Alvin, San Antonio's up-and-coming comic. By the vote of the SA Current, the finest new comedian San Antonio has to offer. That's what he is. I'm glad he stopped by. As we sit here in South Texas, it's 9:30 in the morning. Our day has begun in earnest. We've already charged forward. But if you're in Oxnard, it's only 7:30. And our in-bed reporter, and I do mean that literally, our in-bed reporter, Jason Minix, is joining us. How's life on the California shores, Jason?
It's fantastic, Rob, and 66 degrees. You mentioned it. It's 7:30 in the morning. Good morning, sunshine. Well, now, first off, Now, we're professional radio people. You're going to have somebody on the show, you schedule it. You let them know in advance.
No, I wanted to wake you up. I wanted literally to get, hello?
Do you
Hello?
really think that I would answer the phone from dead asleep for anybody, but let alone the radio station, knowing that you and AJ are on the other end? That's ignore.
Oh, we know you're up busy working already. You probably got a couple of miles on the track. Already run down the beach.
No.
I've seen the video of the house. It looks like a decent place. It looks small.
It's compared to what we normally do. There's two of us, so we've got it's a duplex, a 2-bedroom duplex that has one bathroom. The sink has some drainage issues, but outside of that, it's fantastic. It's nice. No air conditioning, which sucks.
Really? Well, I mean, just leave the windows open. Where'd y'all eat last night?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're paying attention to the @SA Sports Star socials.
I'm just doing this for the edification of our hundreds of thousands of listeners. They might not have heard, but I'm just curious where you ate last night.
Yeah, Topper's Pizza. We had to go visit the scene of the crime.
So, was the hearse back at the house last night?
Yeah. It goes somewhere during the day. I mean, because sometimes you when we're coming back to the house, it's not there, but it's there now. It's the strangest little thing.
So yesterday in training camp, the video that was coming out of it seemed like, first of all, a little chippy. We had a fight, had a player thrown out. But the strangest thing, and I heard y'all talking about it yesterday, and I had to see it for myself, was watching 88 with the beekeeper thing on his head. How long did he wear that thing?
Yeah. They were doing that, and it was probably 10 minutes before our show started. And so I was up kind of at the one end of the football field near where that VIP seating is and whatnot, and he was down a little bit and on the second field, and I saw him. I'm like, what the hell is on his – what is he doing? But he was on that jugs machine catching the footballs with the mosquito net beekeeper thing for a while. I saw the video. I did not see this with my own eyes, but George Pickens put it on for one and said, screw that, and took that thing off. But apparently that's something that CeeDee Lamb is doing just to be able to track the football even when he doesn't have the perfect eyesite for it.
All right. Okay, whatever floats your boat.
It's goofy as hell, I can tell you that.
If you think it helps, we'll let you do it, but it seems kind of dumb to me. The story, at least, that's kind of starting to percolate, at least in my mind, yesterday, was hearing Shoddy just go ahead and announce that left tackle is going to be Tyler Guyton, and the ripple all the way down the line from that. What are your thoughts there? What are you seeing from the line? Is it? Are we better now? Or is this team? Does it look like it's a unit that we can, if not rely on, at least have some hope for considered improvement?
Well, obviously, loaded question when you're at training camp, because I will say the interior of the offensive line is fine. Guard, center guard, they're fine. The two tackle positions are the questions coming in. And the one offensive storyline was the battle at left tackle between Nate Thomas and Tyler Guyton. Through two padded practices, I would say the defensive line is dominant. That defensive line that the Cowboys have now might be the best defensive line unit in the entire NFL. Their linebackers are improved, and their secondary play is much improved. The defense won the day, the first day in pads. Yesterday, mixed maybe, but the Cowboys haven't been running the ball well through two padded practices. But that's not a knock necessarily on the Cowboys' offensive line, more of a compliment to what they've done on the defensive side. But to your point, Tyler Guyton, the position battle for it to be won on August 4th was surprising to me.
Was that, do you think, to give him the carrot, or was Nate Thomas just obviously not up to the task?
Tough question. Knowing Brian Schottenheimer the way we have gotten to know him, when he says things like he said yesterday that Tyler was in the building working on the offseason program as early as February, won a bunch of offseason awards, and has really improved his game, maybe they're seeing it. And he really has, year number 3, the light bulb has gone off. And he needs every rep with the first team and has just pulled away from Nate Thomas. Because at the same time, he did say Nate Thomas has to show us some stuff. So remember a couple years ago when they talked about Terrence Steele having a great offseason and the light switch has finally gone off for him? Maybe that's what we're going to see this year with Tyler Guyton. Year 3, dude is finally going to live up to that first-round pick expectation.
Who's getting RB2 carries?
Jaden Blue. And Jaden Blue is playing really well. He did have a couple of breakaway runs yesterday. I don't really count the stuff that I saw on video before the pads, but in reality, I think Jaden Blue is looking far better this camp than last year, his rookie year.
Well, the thought was he was supposed to make that jump forward, but when they were letting out the very first, the first reps that were coming out, it looked like, was it Maffa that was getting the carries?
Yeah. Yeah, Phil Maffa has been getting a lot of carries. Now, granted, he was a, 7th-round pick a year ago. There's a lot to like with Phil Maffa from what we've been told. I haven't really seen Phil do much. We watch a little bit of the ones, and then we got to go to work. Right. So, but watching Jaden Blue and just seeing him out here this year versus last year, you can tell he needed to learn what it was like to be a pro, and this year his approach appears to be quite a bit different.
Well, this is kind of a broad, long-term question, and certainly you've got a small, itty-bitty sample size, but I've heard you and Joe talking about it from the moment you walked into camp when everybody was there, that there is this different feeling. It's not of optimism, it's one of expectation. Like, we are this good, let's act like that. And I want to go further with that. Do you really, truly get the sense that there is an attitude of, we're that good, now let's just go do it? Or is this your typical summer, last year, remember, it was Camp Cupcake. Everybody's just kind of taking an exhale and everybody's having fun, which felt different, but it didn't translate. Have they taken the next step from, this is fun, but we got work to do and there's a level of expectation there? Or is it we're just still early in camp and this is typical?
No, I mean, you can sense vibes when you go to places, and and we've been, Jason Garrett and Cap Cupcake, Mike McCarthy was running a tighter ship, and you could sense the differences, just the attitude. Mike McCarthy's last year, as you remember, it was just weird. It was weird. Everything about that was just weird. Last year, Brian Schottenheimer's first year was awkward. You could sense that, there were things that he was doing that Mike did, and then things he was doing to put his own stamp on things. And then just I don't know. I mean, it was this year, man, it's business. There is confidence, all this Gotti stuff. Mm-hmm. I do think that was something that probably was supposed to stay in-house, but once it got out, they own it. Hell, we had Terrence Steele on the show Monday. He's talking about Gotti. Malachi Lawrence yesterday was talking about how this defense wants to take that Gotti and shove it up there because, that defense is trying to prove something. And you can just see attitudes of players. And again, 2 padded practices. But you watch number 13 out there, rookie Caleb Downs, that dude looks like a stud. The attitude that he brings. You watch Quinnen Williams, the attitude that he brings. They haven't had that in so long on the defensive side. It is noticeable, Rob, when you're watching those guys ball out there, just the attitude that they bring. And it just, you can just sense it. It feels different.
Well, the greatest offense there is sort of going to rely on Dak. Dak's always been Dak. We know what to expect, the work and the leadership and all of that. Have you seen anything extra from him that just appears different?
Just the confidence level, like his kids were out here yesterday, right? I mean, there are a lot of normal things for Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott's always been very confident, but he's also been very careful with his words. By design, that dude showed up, as you know, in that Super Bowl 30 T-shirt. He's talking Super Bowl. He's talking, with a confidence. I don't want to say that we haven't seen before, because the dude's always been confident, but saying things out loud that he hasn't said a lot, like not shying away from Super Bowl talk, because that's the goal. And he knows damn well that him doing that is going to create all kinds of arrows coming his direction, because playoff Prescott he's been a failure in the playoffs, and he hasn't been good in the playoffs. He's a great regular season quarterback. He has not been good in the playoffs. Playoff Prescott is not a compliment, but he does not shy away, and hasn't this training camp, from the expectations of this team.
As we progress through camp, get ready for the first game next week, have you seen a guy that nobody's talked about? Kind of like when, I guess it was you and Joe basically a couple years ago, saw Jake Ferguson at practice of rookie and went, this guy looks different, looks like he can do it. Is there a guy that we're seeing that you might have seen that's kind of stepping out that we might not have talked about that looks like could make a difference this year?
Well, and look, Ryan Nagel takes all the credit for Jake Ferguson. I want none of that. I mean, his man crush on Fergie is that's all Joe. Okay. I'm trying to think. Quinn, I mean, it's crazy because all the big name guys. One of the guys that we had on the show yesterday, first round pick Malachi Lawrence, a first round pick that does not get any of the attention that a first round pick generally does, because he was the second first round pick, and his name is not Caleb Downs. But watch 57 a little bit at linebacker. The 57 Malachi Lawrence linebacker, again, first round pick without the notoriety that you would normally see. And one guy that's really been impressive is Kobe Durant, the new cornerback. That guy going a lot against George Pickens. I know he had an interception on Monday. He's deflected a couple of passes, but his coverage with George Pickens has been impressive. So I would say watch Kobe Durant. Just, again, 2 days of practice. This secondary is far better than what we've seen out here. The crap they rolled out on the field last year defensively. But secondary, I would say, is one area that they've improved.
What's on the docket for this evening post-practice? Where y'all headed?
Rob, it is 7:30 in the morning. I haven't even figured out breakfast yet. I mean, it's like talking to my wife. What's for dinner? I don't know. I will tell you, though, and I guess you didn't see this. Yesterday, dude, Matt Pittman, Mr.
Oh, I did see this.
We had him on the blitz. Dude, you talk about fangirling. And I told him, man, I was like, dude, during COVID, Rob's a griller. I didn't know how to grill. I would try to grill something. It would end with a Papa John's delivery, and watching Meat Church videos really helped us through COVID, and it has become this obsession hobby of mine in smoking meats and whatnot. And dude, Matt Pittman is as nice in person as you would think. Then, he's out here, the official pitmaster of the Cowboys. Well, yesterday, he's doing 200 ribeyes. We talked about inch cut, that he's smoking because the Cowboys brought his big-ass smoker out, and I forget how many chickens he said. He gets his chickens from Von Miller's farm, which is all the stuff going on with Von Miller. I've had a lot of people message me, is Von in Oxnard? He's posting about Oxnard. I think Von might actually end up a Cowboy this year, but that dude didn't come into training camp. When they get back to Frisco, I think is when the Von Miller conversation will start up. But he was doing all these leg quarters and the sides, and I'm thinking, all right, cool. Me and Joe are like, yeah, he'll hopefully send us a steak. He did not.
Well, you're fighting through 300-pound linemen that are getting all they want. Man, what a deal. I knew that he'd become the pitmaster of the Cowboys. This guy he's worth every penny because he's fantastic. But hats off to Jerry, man. That's a surefire way to eat good.
Well, a treat for the guys in training camp. He's like, some guys will take 2 or 3 ribeyes. Some will just go with the chicken, depending on what but I'm like, 200 ribeyes for all these dudes, that might not be enough. But the Cowboys know what they're doing, and they're from 44 Farms, so they're damn good ribeyes.
Cowboy camp, as always, lots of things you expect and all those unexpected stuff. Thank you to you and Joe for everything you're bringing back to San Antonio. Keep the good work coming, and we will talk tomorrow, I hope.
Are we? We're scheduling this call, Joe.
That's why I'm doing it right now. I'm scheduling it. and I expect you to be awake and ready.
Yes, at 7:30 in the morning, I'm down.
I want full coherence and only a slight alcohol intake there. That is Jason Minix. He is in Oxnard like he always is. The pride of the Cowboys coverage right there. Make sure you're listening all day long, following them on the socials. They're having a great time. And by the way, tell Joe to get that skirt. He needs that skirt. We want him in that skirt. Thanks, Jason. Have yourself a day. Go ahead.
Maybe. All right, man. We'll see you.
Thanks, Jason. Have a good one. Hey, coming back, we're going to wrap it up. A little news on Hollywood and maybe some ways to make your money with the daily lines. This is the morning. Almost said it. Almost. It's the AJ and Rob Show. We'll be right back.
The AJ and Rob Show.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows. Plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. Every day you wait, pain has one more day to take from you. If it's keeping you from work, workouts, sleep, or just feeling like yourself, it's time to fix it. At Arasti, we find the root cause and treat it. No pills, no surgery. Most patients feel better in just one visit. Covered by most insurance plans, visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is the AJ and Rob Show on 94.1.
It's the AJ and Rob Show. By my count, we've had 3 hours and 50 minutes of rock hard, solid, throbbing fun. Would you assess that way, Edwin?
I'd give it a solid A.
A solid A? Rock hard and throbbing A?
Absolutely.
All right. That's what we want to do here. Produce the finest quality entertainment possible. To do that, we had to have some people show up and carry us along. I want to thank Alvin Perry. He's going to come back. I like him. He's a funny guy. Great story. I want him to tell the jokes that he can. there's some stuff he can't. Yeah, he doesn't work blue, but there's some things he can say, and he couldn't. But the breaks were hilarious. He's certainly going to come back. Great guy, first and foremost, and a funny one at that. Go make sure you're following him on all the socials and go get those tickets. We're glad he was here. We will have him back for sure. Minix there in Oxnard. One of the things that I do, I'm going to take as truth. And you have to kind of get through the propaganda that is a training camp. I mean, they're going to promote the very best, and the Super Bowl is imminent and all that kind of stuff. I'm starting to believe that the effect of the dudes they brought in, not the guys they drafted, but like Kenny Clark and Quinnen, it's not about just the on-field play. And he talked about how that defensive line is sharpening the iron of the offensive line. That defensive line not only is stopping the run from the Cowboys, but I think it's also protecting a guy like Caleb Downs. And maybe it's going to be good enough to where the desire to go get a high-end dude like Max Crosby, which is what a lot of people were talking before camp, that might not even be necessary. Maybe a Von Miller on every third down would be enough on the defense that's coming, and that's going to be one of those crucial stories that's going to go through here for the next couple of days. And we'll have Jason or Joe on again tomorrow to kind of give us that kind of insight. But it really is going to be the thread of the practice, this defense and its effect on the offense as we get through training camp. I find really interesting, especially with all the new bodies around there. The first football game is tomorrow night. We're talking football, and it actually matters. I just want that to sink in. We do need to give away our Double Dong Challenge. Now, the Rangers, they won yesterday 5-4 with a walk-off ground rule double. Never seen that before. I'm sure it's happened many times. That wouldn't have counted as a double donger, but it did count for the win. It's your choice, a chance yet again for the Double Dong Challenge. All you need to do is, if you're the correct caller, is pick the dude you think's going to hit a home run, or possibly two. If he hits one, we got tickets to a future Ranger game. If he hits two, then we will have not only tickets, but a fine hotel room for your staying pleasure. So to do that, be caller number 4, 656-3776. To pick on your Double Dong Challenger. Give us the name, and if they do hit the double donger, you got a hotel room. If they get one, we're going to send you up there. And now that they broke the curse and have stopped the 6-game losing streak, stayed within 2.5, it might be a worthy expedition. So pick your dude, and we'll see if we get a winner. We've only had a couple this year. We hope we get that far. One last little parting shot as we get ready to head into the sunset. Did you see that the Sunday night football theme is going to remain the same?
Same for 20 years?
Yeah, same thing. They're not going to change any of it, and nor should they. I want you to contemplate this. We're going to discuss this tomorrow. Of all the intro songs, of all your favorite sporting events, whether it be Sunday Night Football, whether we're going all the way back to Hank Williams Jr., Bo Cephas singing all that, or anybody else who's ever done it, what is the best intro for any professional or collegiate sporting event on television? What's the thing that when you hear it, that's what it means. We're going to talk about that and everything else tomorrow. Edwin, thank you for your concerted effort and high-end output. It was a good show today. Thanks for carrying us today. Brigade Bar, thank you for all of that. And we owe you guys, just the Brigade Bar, some free stuff tomorrow. So if you're here today, come back tomorrow. We'll have some free stuff for you there. I'm going to be out at the Texas Trophy Hunters Wildlife Extravaganza out of Joe Freeman tomorrow from 3 to 5. Come out and see me. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be the guy in camo. I should be easy to find. In the meantime, San Antonio, be nice to each other, and we will meet yet again tomorrow at 6 a.m., though it will not be me. I will be seeing a doctor with something stuck up my butt. Yes, that's my day. Hope you have a good one. We'll see you on Friday.